is a Ben Frank Connection presentation.
What's going on, everybody? We are here for ABJ Hangout. Sorry, we're a little late on the start. Everyone's like, ABJ, what's taking you so long to get here? You don't have a fucking job, you loser. Why are you not here on time? As you know, there was some beef, some drama between myself and Tantalizing Tony. And things were said, and I said things about other content creators, the whole nine. Me and Tony have since talked. We're cool. I just came back from his channel, and I was hanging out there. If you go to my channel and check out collabs with ABJ, it should be the very first video of me on that channel. If you can go do so at some point tonight, you can do it right now if you want and come back. Head over to Tantalizing Tony, give him a thumbs up, give him a like, a subscribe, show that support. The drama has been squashed. We are good, and it's all for the love of professional wrestling. If you can consume wrestling content, support your independent journalists who support professional wrestling, because at the end of the day, that's where it's most important. I'll take that back. No, please give me that back. Seriously, it's that good. I want more. I don't like orange flavored. Here's a quick review. I'm going to do a quick Metal Geek review here. Go check out Metal Geek. He just reviewed the new soda and he does a lot of other snacks and stuff. But I just got one of the Celsius Lives. Essential. I don't know. I've never had it, but it's orange creamsicle.
It tastes really yummy.
I normally hate orange flavored things. I don't like them at all. I usually stay away from orange flavors. This is amazing.
It tastes like an orange, like a Fanta vanilla float.
Yeah. Mick says, what about wrestling with Savage? Are you okay with him? As a human, I'm not a huge fan, but I respect the fact that he's a content creator. Am I open to a conversation? Sure. Has there been things done between us that why I feel the way I feel about him? 100%. But as a content creator, anyone who is taking time away from their friends, family, loved one, kids, whatever it may be, to make content about an industry that needs all the love it should get, I respect you for hitting the live button. Whether you're good, whether you're indifferent, anything. If you are trying to chase a dream of being a content creator, an artist, if you are taking time away from life to pursue hobby, I love that. I respect that. And I want you to be successful. So that goes for anyone I may have said anything negative about. I may not be a fan of your content, but I think people should support it. All right. I think are we good? Did we get all?
And just in time for the commercial.
Producer says we're good. All right. But here we are, Monday Night Raw. I missed some stuff in the beginning. Let's get the link out. Anybody wants to join, everybody wants to come in and talk, you are more than welcome to. Just click that link. Make sure you have a camera turned on, or I will not bring you in. What else we got? What else do we have to plug? Do you want to join a cult? Not really these streaming platforms. I'm only joking. When I mean that, I mean a Discord. I have a Discord. Come join the Discord. We're always in there chilling, hanging out, chatting it up, being friends. If you're looking for a community of people to talk probably everything that you're into besides professional wrestling and outside of that, our community is where it's at, man. So come hang out in our Discord. There's always people in the voice chat and always chatting and hanging out. So go check that out. And what else we got to plug?
Merch.
Merchandise. If you want to go buy a t-shirt, go for it. If you don't, I don't care. How about that? There's your merch.
Wow. There you go.
I'm the poorest I've ever been, and I'm just over it. But if you want to follow me on social media and watch my content, that's awesome, because we're very, very close to watch hours on YouTube. I think we're closing in on just being at 200 hours away.
Yeah.
200 hours. So the watch hours are amazing. You guys are watching the content, supporting the content, loving the content, and not just on this platform, but all social media. I was stuck at that like 200 play, 300 play hell on TikTok, where no matter what I did or put out, it would never leave that range of 200 to 300. Now we're getting like we're closing on the K on the last 3 videos, had over awesome. 500. So that's super dope. So thank you guys for following on other social medias and showing love on there as well. That's cooler than a t-shirt. But if you buy a t-shirt, send me a photo and I'll put you in the beginning of you posing and shit with it. Courtney is here. Welcome, Courtney. Speaking of other content creators, she's a sweetheart. She's part of the Devon Bloodline family, Bloodline Entertainment. I probably fucked that up. But I love them as well. They're good people. So go and acknowledge them and show them that love as well. Cody backstage interview. What's Cody saying?
Can you actually put the closed captioning on? Because I usually can't hear it anyway.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm using the wrong button.
Settings.
All right, there's your closed captioning.
Thank you.
Are they okay on that side of the screen? Because I can't move that.
It's fine.
All right. Hey, Courtney, send me a link to your YouTube channel, please. Mick, I got you. Well, I'm gonna send the Devon channel. I'm sure that's the same thing, right? You guys share the same platform. Then it. Supposed to have the Opinion City boys coming. Can you message the chat? Tell them I'm live. I don't know if they're still waiting or if they're not. Maybe they're waiting for me to go live and me tell them. Why can't I find Devon's channel? Oh,
Tribal chief.
Probably. I'm looking for Devon. I don't know why. We took one of those be right back breaks as the stream was starting. So
I'm pretty sure it's Tribal Chief entered Tribal Chief Network. I don't know.
You know how we'll do this? Every time I've been on his channel, I bookmarked it on my channel. So I'll just
there you go. That's genius. Genius.
We're thinking.
We're getting there.
There you go. There's the channel. Go check out Devon the Tribal Chief. How was your indie event on Sunday? It was long. It was a long day. So they filmed content for their YouTube channel. I'll kind of pull back the curtain here. They filmed a lot of content for their YouTube channel. So they recorded a bunch of matches. I will say this. A lot of these matches were really good. There were some really good matches.
Amazing.
Really good, talented people. So actually, we're going to put some more links up. So we're going to have some fun here. HTW Network. The HTW Network. They are linked in my thing as well. So if you go to my channels and says support these channels, HTW Network is there. Actually, if you had this is how awesome they are. Let's check this out real quick. So we're going to share my screen. Share screen. Share. So you go to the High Tension Wrestling Network. Here's their channel. They have 828 subscribers. Let's get them up a little higher. But here's some stuff. Camp Leapfrog. This is always the stuff I'm telling you about. This is stuff that I helped work on. Stuff I helped filmed. I might have done some production stuff here, some video editing for this. Really, really proud of that Camp Leapfrog. Then they got the HCW podcast, and then they have a whole channel dedicated just for me. So all of my interviews that I've ever done that has their talent or people that work for them, they all support on their channel. So they do a great, great job. So make sure you go over and you subscribe to their channel. All right. So we're going to put that in the chat as well. Now we get there. We're helping the filming. Great matches. You guys should check it out. And I filmed 9 new 5 questions with ABJ. So we got a lot of great content. It was a really, really good day. I can't wait for you guys to check out these matches. They were really fun. Maybe you'll hear ABJ in the crowd heckling. That might have been a thing a couple times. All right. So yeah, go support them. But thank you for asking that question. C. Henry for asking how my independent show was. Oh, that's so good. Appreciate you, C. Henry. ABJ, I found a beer that would break you. Send it over. Send it over. I'm up for the challenge. I'll make you a deal. Do you want the rest of the Celsius?
I was gonna get you a beer and I didn't.
If you get me, if there's a Chetty can or a bottle of
There's one can of Chetty left.
bring the can and then a bottle up. I know there's more Yingling left. You can have the rest of this really delicious sparkling orange
Okay.
creaser.
You're in the middle of my fashion takes right now.
We should be back tomorrow. There, that's awesome. It's a Scottish beer and it's 75% ABV. That's whiskey, brother. That's not a beer. Speaking of whiskeys and whiskers and being 75% body mass. I don't know what else. I'm trying my best right now. I'm a little high. Here's Parmesan.
You just call me fat?
I don't know what I did. Either I said you have no fat or a lot of it. I don't know.
No, I think you said I'm 75% fat, and I'm kind of offended.
No, body mass, I said.
No, you said fat.
No, I didn't say fat. I said body mass because I was trying to go with ABV and flipping it.
Right.
My brain did not forget that part.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how to do it if it was for no muscle or no fat on a body or body fat on muscle.
I mean, I work.
One's
on
good
it
to
now.
have, the other one's not.
Baby steps. I went back to the gym for the first time in a long time, and that was a lot of effort to even go to the gym.
That's awesome. What'd you do?
I don't like the gym. I don't like the gym. I never have liked the gym. I will go because it is good for my health, but I don't like going into the gym. I don't like the gym environment. I don't know why. It's just me. Maybe I'm weird. But today I was like, you must go. So I packed a bag this morning. That way I had no excuse. I have clothes in a bag. Plus, it's across the street from my house. I really have no excuse. I really have no excuse. I could walk there.
He says I look like a Guinness drinker. I enjoy Guinness, but darker beers are not my favorite. I will drink one, but it's not going to be my wheelhouse. I won't order one if I have choices of other beer.
You're not a stout fan?
I don't really like stouts or
So you're more like
88 Brewery Bethel Fire 75 of 8 world's strongest beer.
Oh geez.
I think one bottle is $45.
That's wild.
What did I just say? That's not a beer. It's a what?
The whiskey.
Hard to find whiskey.com. So it's being sold as a beer, but it's made by a whiskey company. I'm guaranteeing you.
It's whiskey beer. It's a mixture of both.
In every photo of it being used, it's being used as like with stuff. Hold on.
I don't know if you have one yet, but you need an ABJ Club shirt.
An ABJ Club?
Yeah.
Maybe make it. Make me a Bullet Club inspired shirt.
All right. Don't challenge me in Canva. I will go.
That's not what I wanted.
Canva is my best friend in the worst way.
Oh, just give me a second.
I literally
you're still so
no, hold on, stop.
in my way.
I literally in my brain when I thought you were getting beer, it just shut off this side of my peripherals, and I literally thought you got up and left.
No, I said just give me a second to write stuff down, but you're like
you just lost visual.
You're blocking.
You lost visual.
You're blocking what I'm trying to write down.
That's hilarious. This is an interesting feud.
That little girl did not care.
Squash him. Just squash him.
So are they doing Sammy and Dom? Are they doing Gunther and Sammy and Gunther, or Gunther and like? Is it going to be like multiple people going for the IC title? Is what I'm saying.
That's what it
Are
feels
they going to
like.
start building
It feels
storyline
like
out of it?
it feels like they're actually showing the IC title's worth again, and that people will want the belt.
Yeah. Well, listen. Speaking of showing their worth,
Here we go.
as I can't believe, dude, I didn't know where I was going, and then you said that, and then I was like, oh, that would be a good direction. So now that's where I'm going. Speaking of showing worth, as a friend, as a partner, as a member of a connection.
Well, I'm hurt.
Let's bring in my favorite member of the
should be.
Opinion City
So
Punch,
hurt.
As you should be.
Ralph.
Listen, I heard
Wreck-It Ralph.
you say you're hurt. I don't see no buses.
I'm hurt. All right, I am hurt.
Listen,
I'll go-
you can be hurt all you want. I was there yesterday.
I'm gonna miss all the good stuff.
I
It's all
showed
right.
up.
Yeah, I could have, but it was
I
too
showed
late.
up and I showed out.
Oh well.
I want to
Someone's
say
gotta-
this. We're joking. We love everybody. That's the bit. Is I just like every time Parm comes in, I bury him, and then Ralph comes in, I praise him. It's a bit. I love it. It makes me feel good.
I love it too. It's a good
yeah.
one.
You
But,
actually called me fat earlier. It was great.
I might have. I don't know what it could have went either way. He chose fat. I'm just saying. All I'll say is we got the film content together. You're gonna be on 5 questions with ABJ. And we may have thrown shade at Paul.
Come on, man.
I'm not saying a word.
But I want to say this. I'm very, very proud of you. All right. So when we talked in, I was talking to Lily about this network, and if I was going to do another network, and would I work with other content creators again? I was very hesitant, and I said to myself, I love your passion. I love how you guys love the scene, but when it came to like the first time we met and doing stuff, personality wise, I was like, are they going to be go-getters, or is it going to be like, am I going to be the voice and they're going to get, you know what I mean? I didn't know where you guys landed. And a little bit at Hamburg, you were there, but you weren't as assertive as I thought you were going to be. Dude, Ralph yesterday came into a show, a private sector like thing show, where it was a very, they even looked at me this way. The fans were all like the mega fans who got personal invites to be there, and then they were like, I don't really know who that guy is because I'm not a lot of high tension shows. But I knew the locker room, and the locker room was the same way. Like they know everybody knows everybody. Everyone's tight knit. Ralph came in, and clearly it was like the jukebox stopped. No one knew who he was, fans or the people who were doing the show.
Right.
It's a very historic building, a very cool place. A lot of things could have been very intimidating yesterday for someone to walk into. And I want to say how proud I am of him because he came in. I even said to Lily when we talked about on the way home, I said, yo,
He knocked it out.
that was awesome. You knocked it out of the park. He went around and made so many contacts and was very personable and got to know everybody, not just the wrestlers. Like he didn't walk in and say, my only mission is to get content and talk to these people. He interacted with the fans that were there too and talked to them and like learned of why they like this promotion. Like he was an all around everything that I would want because it's how I conduct myself at wrestling shows. Embodiment of a partner when it comes to this Ben Frank connection, the Opinion City podcast. And I'm very, very proud of you. And you did a fucking fantastic job.
I appreciate that. It was a good day. It was a good environment to be in. I felt really comfortable there. I felt comfortable talking to people. Like it wasn't the kind of place that you go and you're like, oh, I'm really kind of out of place here. I don't feel like I should really be speaking up. I don't feel like I should be like, putting myself out there. And that was not the kind of environment.
That's the high tension vibe.
Yeah, and it was phenomenal. I really enjoyed the entire day there. It was a long day. 18 matches total we saw?
Yeah. And actually,
so
it was over. It was a 20, I think.
Yeah, it was a long day, and when things kind of
I even left to get food, and Ralph stayed and watched everything.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was a good day though. Some really good matches. Just a great bunch of people. So
Yeah.
You know, it was good
It's
all
awesome to
around.
hear you say that, is because that is every reason why I love high tension, and I loved working in high tension, and I loved being a part of Camp Leapfrog. And the reason why I feel like my interviews are so good is because of most of the people I'm interviewing are people from that environment, and they're just good human beings. And this is
Yeah.
why I think you should be loving them as entertainers as well as humans. And that's why if you see an interview with somebody with me and we bring up high tension or Camp Leapfrog, they're good human beings. And I'm really, really happy that Ralph got to experience that environment and to literally say that. Speaking of shitty environments, that fucking tantalizing Tony.
How does
I just realized
he know you
I
stink?
don't-
Is this smell-o-vision?
Yeah,
right?
the whole time I'm thinking to myself, I'm on his channel, Tony, don't curse, act professional. And then I hope you're not streaming me because I just cursed 3 times on your channel. No, he's clearly joking. His wonderful dog and Jasmine showing love, coming in, probably giving some likes, and heading back to their live stream, what they do over on YouTube as well. So subscribe to Tantalizing Tony. I just did a half-hour bit over there where we patched up our differences, and then you got to see a little bit of Tantalizing Tony and ABJ talk pro wrestling, which was always a fun thing to do because we're so polar opposites as wrestling fans.
Right.
Yeah,
That was funny.
but but you did a great job. Here's a quick question for you, without giving away matches or spoilers, because I obviously want people to go experience that show themselves. Who are some talent there that you weren't aware of that you watched and you're like, holy crap, they are so good?
There's a give me 1 second here because I don't want to get the name wrong. Give me 1 second. So I was very impressed, and this was a guy that I had never seen or heard of, but he was in the final match of the day, which I had seen him at the show, and I wasn't sure really what was going on, but he was in the final match of the day, and that was Don Freeze was very impressive.
I didn't see the match, but her and Alex,
crazy.
her and Alex popped in the car ride home.
I'm gonna tell you what right now. If you are waiting to see these shows, and you are waiting to see like the high tension shows, you have to watch these shows to see this guy. It is an unbelievable spectacle. This guy is. I didn't see it. I didn't see it coming, but he was incredible. I thought the Al De Niro was really good as well. I enjoyed him. I had never. I think I'd heard of him before, but I had never seen him wrestle in person. So I thought he was good. And I will just say, if I have to pick out 2 performances that I think that were just absolutely crazy at this taping, I would say look out for anything with CC Boost. Yeah. And look out for anything with Brave Billy Avery, our good friend Billy Avery.
He had a good day. Had
a good day. Yes, he did have a good day, and I will say there was a moment that made the whole building go like, oh boy, like it was a moment. But
so the funny thing is you said I won't give away everything because kayfabe characters and stuff like that. But you said there used to be a guy at Chikara that did something that was happening before the taping started. That you're like, it was very reminiscent of that. I'm like, they're the same person. and you're like, oh, and I said he gives me anxiety every time he wrestles because he's crazy.
Right.
And he got to experience
honestly,
how crazy.
I will say just and again, we did see a lot of wrestling yesterday. But when these high tension wrestling shows come out, you are absolutely 100% going to want to check these out. There is some great matches. And actually, I mean, I don't think I saw a bad match yesterday. I
want to say one thing, and this is where I either get in trouble or I get a lot of props for being fucking real.
Okay, let's hear it.
So this might get me in trouble.
Let's hear
but
it.
I'm going to be the one to say it, and I want you to agree, even if you think it's mean.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be mean, but it's gonna give him props.
Okay.
Setting the stage.
Okay.
What's Mr. Freeze, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
He walked in the door and he asked about his match and who he's working and when, and they said you're going on last. Like the way the match was set up was like because it was a taping. So going last at a taping is like, all right, it's like not saying it's garbage time, but it's like we're gonna get our stuff that's important to us first, and then we'll give you an opportunity to wrestle and we'll film it.
Right.
Not being mean, just being honest.
Right.
He had a look.
Right.
That when you seen him, you're like, he's a wrestler, and if he is, he probably sucks.
Oh Jesus!
And nobody in the building was really speaking or talking to him or treating him as if he was. I thought he was a fan. I thought he was.
Yeah,
a fan.
I thought he was a fan as well because he was sitting like in the row right behind me, and I thought he was a fan as well. I never would have.
That being said, he was given an opportunity, and the whole car ride home, the guy who runs the promotion, and her. And the entire car.
Yo, I was arguing with him.
Talked about him and how he was given an opportunity and he fucking showed up and he showed out.
Right.
Yes, he did.
Who are you going to talk to about fashion and be like, I didn't like his look? And I was like, first of all, the man's name is Dr. Freeze and he brought Freezer.
Yeah.
Right.
But
he brought
not
Freezer.
so much his looks, but they were saying as a performer, they're like, holy shit, we weren't expecting.
Yes.
Right. No,
Right,
it was amazing.
right.
It was absolutely
unreal.
amazing. It was
So-
completely unexpected.
So again, we're sitting there all day. It's a long day, a lot of matches. They've got one match coming up, one match left. It's his match. And so, of course, they come out and they say ahead of time, you know, we know you've been here. It's been a long day. We want you guys to have, you know, as much enthusiasm for this last match as you did for the first one. You know, just make sure you really give them your all. They didn't need to say that because as soon as he came out and like three moves in, the building was exploding. Like they didn't.
He got a standing ovation.
Yeah.
He got a standing ovation.
That,
like everyone was
good.
like, "Oh my gosh!"
And the reason I
his-
said all
and
those
his
things that could be
opponent
deemed as negative is because he fucking probably read that same, and that's just me being honest. That's not me trying to be hurtful.
Yeah.
That's just saying, hey, this is the tone
Right.
that he set, and then he probably fucking knew that and rose to the occasion.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
And honestly, his opponent, who I don't want to, you know, we're not spoiling anything here, but his opponent came out as well. Like they had a great match. They really did. The two of them worked very well together. You know, again, just a banger of a match to end the day and an absolute surprise. And you know, don't be surprised if you see him on the Opinion City podcast down the road because we're reaching out to him.
Yeah.
I
And
got
I hope more people are aware of him. But we had in the comment he probably already left. But Joe Ruda was in the chat earlier. Joe, he's done a podcast with me. He looks amazing in that photo. But this is the man behind that belt right here. That Joe Ruda. I went to a show after a podcast, and he's like, "Man, I appreciate you and all the hard work and stuff you do for this scene." And he gave me a free belt. This thing is like it's as cool as it gets. So
listen, I'm looking at that picture there. And I've seen him in person, and I've been on a podcast with him.
Yep.
That's got to be his brother, Jared. There's no way.
That's gotta be
No way.
There's no way.
There's
No way.
Yeah,
So-
but it was a great day yesterday. A lot of really good matches. Another name that Lily said to me. Who's the other name that you said is like? You said, and I'm not being mean. We're not saying that everyone was bad, but who was the one you're like? He's light years ahead of everybody. You said he was really, really good.
Sonny Defarge, I thought was
Sonny
amazing.
Defarge.
Amazing. I'd never seen him work before, and I'm
Yeah.
like, holy crap! Like he's built different. Like I don't mean to be that person, but like he works so hard, and like, but you see it all. Like I don't know any of the story of anything that was going on, but
he made you feel like he was a big deal of the show.
But he brought, like, he showed up, but he told a whole story within one match. Like you knew everything and all of the feelings and all the emotion that was behind it.
And he didn't have a
All
crowd
right
to work. This is just him in the work telling a story to someone who's never seen the product.
Right.
Like when you watch independent wrestling, not throwing shade again. We just watched a couple matches before we went live. We watched and at one point, not one person walked out and told you anything about who they are as a character, their style, anything.
Right.
Sonny Defarge is that's what makes him special.
He's amazing.
You don't know his
Amazingly
character, you don't know
talented.
who he is, and by the end of the night, you're gonna be like, that dude captivated me more than anyone.
Well,
ever.
and he's
Right.
and you said it before. He has this look. Now I know him and Mr. Crumbles from the Chikara days. I followed them for a long time, and he has really upped his game. Not that he was in bad shape before, but I mean he looks legit out there. He really does. He's got that great look to him. Yeah, he was really good. I was kind of and I'd never heard of this guy, never seen this guy, but I was pretty impressed with Sturdy yesterday too. Sturdy
Yeah,
Sal.
Sturdy Sal.
I liked him a lot. You know, he's like you know, I don't know. He's there's
It was
something
like
about
comic
him.
relief, but he had a good look to him too.
But he
I didn't see his matches, but I
I
heard Junie's matches were fantastic. Junie had an
Yeah.
appearance. He said
Yeah.
he showed up and showed
Junie
out.
was good as well. Yeah.
A lot of Journey. Every time I see Journey Burke, she's getting better and better and better and better.
She was very good yesterday. And if you ever get a chance to see him anywhere, and you need to pay attention to him every single second that he is anywhere near the ring, Dr. Ethan Wilde, you need to pay attention.
LLC as a I've watched the beginning of the LLC, and I've watched before they were the LLC, and then
Mhm.
people who were outside the LLC who are now in the LLC, and them adding new members of the LLC, and
Yeah.
everyone who's involved in that stable is so wildly entertaining.
The
And
LLC
no pun
is-
intended, because it's Dr. Ethan Wilde, but they're wildly entertaining.
Yes. The LLC is such a good story. Like
Mhm.
the four of them fit so well together, but Dr. Ethan Wilde is ridiculous. That he
Now, here's a
was-
question for you: are you
Yeah.
familiar with anything High Tension before yesterday?
Honestly, no.
But by the end of it, you knew why they were the LLC and who they are and what their mission
Exactly.
statement is. In the
Exactly.
company.
And they
I love
and
that.
like you said, they did not come out and tell me a single thing about, like, they did not discuss their story, like nothing. But by the end of the day, I knew everything I needed to know about them.
Right.
There was a moment, and we kind of discussed this as well yesterday. There's a moment where Dr. Ethan Wilde is in a tag match, and he sneaks an illegal tag behind the referee's back, and he's running across the ring to hit the person who's on a caddy corner in the turnbuckle. And as he's running across the ring, he is singing out loud the words "illegal tag" as he's like "illegal tag" as he's running across the ring and just hits the guy. And it was such a good moment.
Yeah.
Like, you that's the great thing about the independents, though, is that you have this opportunity where wrestlers can connect with fans in completely different ways,
Right.
And it makes it so much more personable for the fans, but it makes the fans feel like they're a part of something. And
Right.
I want to tell you, I'm going to challenge you now, and I know to ask this of anybody is not easy to do, but if anyone who watches now, or even the one you guys that were there yesterday, and this even goes for Lily, if you thought yesterday was entertaining and felt special and it seemed special and the storytelling, and you liked that aspect of everything about that show, you have to go watch Camp Leapfrog. Like, you have to go back on YouTube and watch the series Camp Leapfrog.
I have been thinking about that for a long time,
because one of the things that was said in the car ride home is like, from myself and me and Alex, it was like, that was the closest feeling since Camp Leapfrog has closed that we felt Camp Leapfrog. And when I say this, like, you even heard the talent talking about it. Like, Camp Leapfrog is brought up and it's talked about and it's felt, because it's one of those things where, like, unless you were there, unless you were part of the locker room, unless you were part of those tapings, you can only feel from an outside person how you can imagine how awesome it was, because how everyone else talks about it.
Right.
Yesterday was a drop of that. And if you liked yesterday, you should
energy from yesterday.
You
was
should
just
seek out
crazy.
that content, because that content is goofy and funny and so entertaining, and the storytelling is so much fun, and it blows what happened this weekend out of the water, because the atmosphere wasn't there. But if you felt it and the other people felt it, and you enjoyed a shred of that, you are going to love Camp Leapfrog.
Right.
Like, and I feel if High Tension now is, because the biggest identity thing, and I'm saying this, and it's one of the things I probably should say out loud, but it's one of those things where it needs to be heard and it should be talked about. And this is what makes me different as a journalist, or as a friend, or as anyone with a microphone in front of his face. High Tension has struggled to find the identity of what that show encapsulated. And I hope Alex from High Tension hears this, because I think he needs to, as a confidence builder as well. Yesterday was the first time in a long time that, like, they've captured that Leapfrog essence and that camaraderie and everything. And it was really cool that two outsiders who were not involved in any of it all felt that. You know what I mean? And if that's the direction High Tension is going, more people should be aware, because I really am passionate about the stuff that they did at Camp Leapfrog when I was there, when I wasn't there, when I was able to come later, and now that is really starting to feel like it's carrying over is special, and it's special to me as someone who loves that brand, and like it just really motivates and excites me that you guys, your feedback was something that I felt too, and you guys weren't there for the other stuff, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We were driving home yesterday, and and this is I think this is a great indicator of how I felt specifically about the show. I said to Sonia on the ride home, I'm like, listen, I'm like, I am gonna absolutely 100% feel this tomorrow because I'm legit spent. And she's like, you were into this from like beginning to end. She's like,
Yeah.
you were just like into it the whole time and clapping and cheering and like, you know, giving wrestlers shit. And she's like, you were like really.
Did you
I'm
feel like you
yeah.
were at Chikara again?
I did, because I
Mm.
felt so part of it, you know, part of it is that you have some of those people who were there during Chikara, so they understand what that vibe is like, but it feels like it's so much more than that because it kind of spreads from them to everyone else. I don't think there was a single match that I saw yesterday out of all of them that didn't feel to me like it could have 100% been in front of a Chikara crowd on a Chikara card. I mean, it had that feeling from beginning to end. And I'm not one. I mean, I will go to shows, and Sean will tell you. I mean, I'll go to shows and I'll give wrestlers shit and whatever.
Hi.
But like, I'm not like, you know, it takes something special to really get me that invested and involved in it. And she
Right.
was like, you were into this from like beginning
I
to
love
end.
this.
She's like, you just didn't stop. And I'm
It-
like, I am gonna absolutely feel this tomorrow because I am so fucking spent.
And that's why it hurts so much of the way Chikara went down, is because
Yeah.
and I'll give you a spoiler alert. I did a 5 questions with ABJ with Billy Avery, and everything that I've ever heard of Labor of Love is the exact same experience. The reason why Labor of Love and High Tension are going to be such a good match made in heaven is because
Right.
everyone in that locker room says the same stuff about Labor of Love as they say about a High Tension, or they say about an LVAC show.
Yeah.
Because that locker room environment, regardless of all the negative things that happened at Chikara and how terrible it ended, that locker room carried. If you were a part of that locker room, they had to have treated it differently than anyone else in professional wrestling, because remnants and shrapnel of that locker room land in other places, and it becomes a culture that is so good that and I said this to Billy, I said, when you're part of a good locker room and part of a good environment, even if the fans are not in it, they feel like they are. They feel like they're just as much of a family
can I
with the
say
person
something off of
performing than
that?
they do as like, it's a different connection between the audience and the crowd. And that really starts at a good locker room.
Yeah.
And it's
Right.
special when that feeling and that love of one another backstage resonates to the crowd, because the crowd believes in who they're watching. It's a weird mystical power that I can't explain, but being at so many different locker rooms, this High Tension is different. And the same feeling that people get there got at Chikara and got at, you know, at LVAC and they get it, you know what I mean? Like that's the making of a good locker room. Go ahead, Lily.
You kind of took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, like, for as many, I haven't gone to a lot of different promotions. I haven't been to 20 or 50 or even, I don't think
And
I've
you've
even
been in
to
some
10.
good locker rooms.
But and I don't disagree with that at all. But yesterday, the feeling like as soon as I walked in the door, before putting chairs down, before anything, it literally felt like walking in through the door of like your grandma's house. Like, this is home. Like, this is everyone back behind that door is family.
And that's a twofer, right? So that's a good locker room, and that's a good that's awesome you felt that way. But I will say this, what also enhanced that experience that you had was because it's not a spoiler, because this person is part of LVAC and has helped with Chikara and has done High Tension and has done Labor of Love. Cheeseburger, as a person, as a coach, as a human being, triple intensifies that feeling that you had walking in that door, because that's who he is as a person as well. So that's High Tension, and that's the power of the Worldwide Dojo and Cheeseburger and the culture there smashing together.
Respectfully, that's fair, but I didn't meet him yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't. I don't disagree with that at all.
And you
Right.
caught a
But,
very
but-
tired,
but-
destroyed
Very
mentally
tired.
cheeseburger.
I literally didn't
I
even
will-
talk to him.
I'm gonna tell you what.
But regardless, I don't know everyone in the locker room. As a matter of fact, I knew very
Right.
little of them. But it's still everyone that I talked to from a fan aspect, from just sitting in the crowd, everything, the interactions in between, it all just felt very familiar and very comfortable and very
Right.
like
Mhm.
no pressure. Like it just felt, I don't know, like I said, just being around like your favorite cousins. Like this is all,
Yeah.
everyone's just very
Yeah.
comfortable with each other.
Right.
There's no like weird tension at all. It was all just
Mhm.
fun.
From a place called High Tension.
Yeah.
High
Well,
tension.
it's funny that you mentioned, you know, the way you described cheeseburger yesterday, and I did not. It was funny because I talked to him, and I did not like. It's crazy that you mentioned that because I would never think that, because I walked up
Right.
to him and I introduced myself, and I said, you know, I have this podcast, Opinion City, and I handed him a card, and he looks at it and he's like, his eyes light up, and he's like, oh yeah, he's like, I know you. He's like, you follow me, I follow you. He's like, oh, like he was so excited to stand there and talk to me about this
Right.
podcast. That was just it was a different vibe. It was not, you know, it was not even if he may have been the person that you were just describing yesterday, I did not get that from him at all. He was so excited to stand there and talk to me, which was to me, and I told Sonia this afterwards. We went out and got something to eat, and I was like, this is insane. I'm like, I'm standing there talking to him, and like, do you realize who this guy is? Like, do you realize, you know, the prestige behind him and how people know him and what he's done
Right.
for this business and what he's doing now? I'm like, for him to stand there, you know, and have that conversation with me and be so excited to stand there and talk to me about it, I'm like, it's just you can't replicate that. And I think
Right.
when you talk about the feeling of certain locker rooms, I think this is why it's hard for people to have that same sort of feeling as Chikara, because promotions go out of their way to try and replicate that, and you can't. It is an
Right.
organic thing that happens in a locker room when the locker room is, you know, inherently good, and you have good people who, you know, are passionate about what they're doing and want to work together and want to make the best product they possibly can. Places like High Tension, places like LVAC, you know, they don't have to work hard at it because it's organically grown. And I think that's where some of these other promotions have such a hard time, because they're trying so hard to get that same vibe when you can't replicate it. It's something that happens organically when you're around good people, and that's what we saw yesterday.
Yeah, I love that. You just made my fucking night. I don't know. I love it. I love everything you're saying. You've not everyone knocked out of the park. Like I hope it translates to their product.
Yeah.
And a third person now putting their hat in for Gunther. Look at them making the IC title feel special.
Yeah.
Does Germany happen before Mania, or is that after?
It's after, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's after.
Let's see.
I made his daughter cry. What a punk. The chat went quiet. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, or if they just liked our conversation. Sometimes silence is great, but sometimes silence is terrifying.
Yeah.
Berlin
You
is
guys
not
had a great
till
conversation. I was just the guy in the back listening because
How was your show?
I was gonna get there at the end, you know. I figured I was gonna wait there to get there eventually.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound mean. It was interesting. I'll say it was interesting. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was interesting.
It has to be your cup of tea.
I forgot. Not that I forgot, but in my mindset, when you watch GTS, the show, because I used to be a big fan for a while, for years,
Yeah.
it was the crowd was the wrestlers, right? I figured this show, because it's with fans, they wouldn't need that. But, and again, all of the wrestlers were like part of the crowd. So one side was the wrestlers, one side was us. And it was kind of like there were barely any entrances because they had like a setup to have an entrance, but they were already there. So they would just walk out of the little group and they walk into the ring. And I'm like, okay, that's different. that's a choice, okay. And again, I'm starting to get like you, right? Very like no
I
bones.
think honesty is good. Like
No,
you're
honesty
honest,
good.
but you're not disrespectful.
You can tell in certain matches which stars were trained and which stars were not.
Okay.
And it was like they had a 20-man battle royal or whatever it was, and it got scary because it felt like no one had anything like that it was not planned whatsoever. Like certain people that were like I guess you can say veterans, they knew their spots, but other ones were just kind of doing stuff, and it got a little hairy and a little scary.
Yeah.
And my buddy was with me watching because he almost got a spot there, and he was almost glad he didn't get a spot there.
That's fair. That's
after
fair.
watching some of the matches.
Grimm's is a closed studio production for the most part.
Yeah.
And I still think they're trying to find themselves on how to do a pro wrestling indie show, but still keep Grimm's thing a Grimm thing.
Right.
Because I found out about Grimm a year ago or 2 years ago now, maybe, when I went to a show, and it was their first time they were outside of the Grimm space and doing it for public, like where the public was allowed to come.
Right.
And I thought for the first time doing it, it was good. It was done very well. But it's still like, and then I watched Grimm's content. I was like, oh, this is done differently. Grimm is looking at wrestling in a different landscape.
Yeah.
It's sometimes it's adult, and then sometimes it's really for kids.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when I watch it, and it's geared more towards the kids, but like almost on a Sesame Street level, like it gets really like goofy. You know what I mean?
See,
but then when it gets adult, it gets real adult.
Really adult.
Yeah, like
real adult, real quick.
Yeah.
This show wasn't made for kids in any way, but it was just
all right. So I watched some video, and there was kids there.
Oh yeah,
because they like when the Grimm is kid friendly.
Yep.
And then it cuts to like him talking to some kids, and he's like, "I love you guys," and then he's in the ring and he's like, "Fuck you, fuck somebody." It's like, whoa.
Oh boy.
I will say
he goes from John Cena to like John Cena on Sesame Street, teaching ABCs to Attitude Era ECW. Like,
I will say the last match was actually so I went in the completely blind. I didn't even know the card. I was like, I'm gonna go there, maybe see my friend wrestle, and just have a good time. Whatever happens, happens. I had no idea what the card was. I went in there blind, and then it turns out that he didn't get him spot, but so we watched it together. I will say the last match, the main event, was first of all, it was called an extreme death match. I don't see why it needs to be called death match or extreme. Just choose one or the other. Either way, it was.
Wow.
I real quick. How we're both giving critiques and stuff, and like very passionate level, and then not that we hated it. I don't think he's coming off from a viewpoint where like he would never go again and hates it. Maybe I completely wrong, but this is where I think like critiquing and being honest is good, because I don't think anything has gotten disrespectful. We haven't said
you're right.
anything really, really, really negative. Honestly, if I was a production and I heard someone giving a passionate, honest critique, but in a way where it's like, this stuff was really, really good, but this stuff wasn't my favorite, where you're hitting both sides, is a way to get better at content.
That's totally fair.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think anything that was said at all so far has been rude or disrespectful.
No.
Right.
But so it was. Go
ahead.
Mikey Anarchy versus Jimmy Controversy, and it was for like all the belts. There was 4 belts on the line, and Mikey Anarchy won, and it was a death match. But before the match started, I was told that they didn't want this to be blood because it was sort of a PG show. Yeah. But they had a barbed wire door on both sides. Which they claimed were gimmicked, but there was a spot where Jimmy throws Mikey into one of the doors. It doesn't break, but his back goes all the way down the barbed wire, and just his back is just cut open completely. And I'm like, this is no longer PG, guys. Yeah. I was like, how could you avoid blood when you have a barbed wire door?
Mission failed.
Yeah,
mission failed.
I'm gonna ask you a question first because it's on topic, and then we'll bring in somebody else. Where what were some matches that stood out to you? Some
That
talent
one,
that you got
first
to
of
see.
all. That one
stood
first of
out
all.
in a
Well,
good
yeah,
or a bad way.
Good, because I already knew Jimmy because I followed Jimmy on GTS because I've been a fan again for years. Like I was telling one of them last night before I left because I was just talking to some wrestlers that I've been following him since like 2016, 2017. Like since early like since before the first warehouse days, I've been following GTS.
Yeah.
So I've been following him through all the phases.
Any other matches?
But I didn't know Mikey Anarchy, and after I met him, he was really cool. And after the match, and I asked him if he wanted a photo with all 4 belts, and I took a really good photo. He goes, "Dude, send me that. I want that." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's pretty cool." I did.
Oh yeah, that was a good photo.
I met
That
up
was a really
with
good photo.
Tony Cini, who I've been meaning to reach out to because not only is he, to me, a good indie wrestler, but he just seems like a cool dude. And he was telling me how he's working on the virtual baseball game, Wrestle Code. And he's doing the mocap for all the wrestlers. So he's taking bumps from Kurt Angle, RBD. Like he has that experience of taking actual wrestlers' bumps, but for a video game.
Yep.
And,
cool.
that's pretty. And
He's essentially doing the work that LA Knight has done for the 2K games for a long time.
Yeah. But
Really
it's
cool.
sick because in this instance, the wrestlers that are in the game are getting to do their moves, but he's taking the moves. So Angle hit him with an Angle Slam. I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like RVD hit him with a Frog Splash. That's awesome. Like
And Tony Cini got a lot of his start from Grimm. Then got this opportunity because of his wrestling and the audience that Grimm has given him.
Yeah.
And then when he was given this opportunity to do this video game, he then turned around and said, "Can we get Grimm involved in the game?" So Grimm's a playable character.
Yeah.
Grimm's backyard is a playable venue.
Is it an arena? Yeah.
Yeah, and Cini got more independent people involved in that game, so you're gonna see people like Facade and like
Dude,
it's a mix
that roster
between
is stacked.
It's a mix between
crazy.
the independent wrestling roster and old wrestling legends.
Yeah,
so
it's
you're
like
gonna
old
play
mainstream with like new indie. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, Tony Cini's a really good dude, really good dude. Works very, very hard. Speaking of working hard, this guy coming up here is just. I don't know. I'm just gonna really put him over because I refuse to put his brother over because it's a really funny bit. But when it comes to the Parm family, this guy is above the rest. You know what I mean? This guy. All right, absolutely. I'm just gonna bring him in. Here's Post Malone.
What does that even mean?
It means it means that the third member of the Better Than Sean connection is shown up.
So what cheese does that make me?
Right.
You know,
You're definitely
man.
Gouda. Like Gouda's
you're smoked Gouda.
Yeah, you're smoked Gouda.
No,
you're
so
smoked Gouda.
so if you've been watching any of the streams, ABJ does a bit now where if all 3 of us are on, he introduces me and he buries me, but he'll introduce Ralph and praise Ralph.
it's good. It's good. We like
Yeah,
that.
it's a great bit. It works.
It's a great
It's been
bit.
going on his entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Facts.
I like it. Okay.
Facts. As a
Yeah,
middle
what's
child.
going on? I
As
just
an
hopped
adult.
in.
Watching
I have no
some
clue what's
Raw.
going on.
Me neither. We've been talking about independent wrestling the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much.
They went to a really awesome show. I went to a kind of chaotic but fun show.
Yeah,
I watched
okay.
I watched some of the bits from the show on YouTube earlier on Grimm's channel. And,
Yeah.
I respect Grimm. I think Grimm's very talented, but there is some stuff on his channel that's just not for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you mean
And I respect dude, the guy has done my podcast. I think he's a very, very talented guy.
Yeah.
I think he gives platforms to independent wrestlers. I think more people should utilize Grimm. I think Grimm's at a point now where I think a lot of people don't respect him and don't take him seriously or won't do his show because it's backyard or it's a YouTube channel.
Right.
But he gets more views. Like if you work with Grimm, you're
he gets a
easily
lot
to
of
get more
views.
views than if you went and worked most of the independent scene
Yeah.
on anywhere on the planet.
like at his like peak, he was getting
Indy
like
just tapped out.
close to 1 million
Indy
views
tap.
an episode. Like he was at he was at a point where he was getting millions of views per show. So anybody that was on his show was getting eyes on them.
Yep, absolutely.
All the eyes.
No, and real quick, just like kind of how we give those takes. I think that's a healthy way of going about, and I think people have a hard time giving honest critiques or reviews about stuff, and not. It's crazy because either people lean really heavy into being an asshole about it because they think it's going to make them popular,
Right.
but to have that negative, positive back and forth, but still be respectful is hard to come by in any form. Even if like people have a hard time doing that with family and friends. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't think you're that good.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, like,
Yeah.
I think you should work at it. But like, I don't know. I think what we just demonstrated there as content creators is very good, and I would commend all of you to keep doing it that way because I think it was done very, very, very passionately.
you
'Cause
gotta-
I
you
think
gotta
if
be
you're always blowing
constructive.
everything to be the guy who likes everything, your audience is never going to be like, I don't. He likes everything. I'm not listening
Right.
to him. You know what I
Right.
mean? Or
Yeah.
he shits on everything, so he doesn't like anything. Or but if you're seriously passionate about what's good and then give an honest review on stuff when it's not, it makes you more credible as a content creator.
Right.
Mhm. Well,
I really wanna try
constructively,
these.
I don't.
I want to
like
try
John
these peanut butter cups with caramel so
So
bad.
anybody that
Yeah.
doesn't like John Cena can continue to listen to me because I constructively don't like him.
I got in an argument on TikTok with somebody about John Cena,
Really?
like a bad argument. Like,
Seriously?
I think I made him delete his account.
Were you?
Was that
were-
that Saturday night?
What was the argument about?
Yeah, I was like, were you for or against?
I like John Cena.
Okay.
I'm for John Cena.
Okay.
But if you want to be taken seriously as someone I can communicate with about professional wrestling, and you say that, so he said about Ziggler, and I said, yeah, I think Ziggler is one of the best wrestlers in the world. Unfortunately, I think he got really complacent at WWE, and he enjoyed the paycheck, and he was fine being the guy who he was essentially at one point in time a jobber of WWE.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
and the term jobber is someone who gets little to no offense or is sent out there to 100% get killed for the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People think losses in wrestling that means you're a jobber. No, there's taking losses, and then there's being treated like a jobber.
Mhm.
Right.
And Dolph Ziggler was 100% being treated like a jobber, and he's as good as a Shawn Michaels. And I think
Yeah.
that's what this guy
Oh,
was
yeah, of
trying to
course.
say. But the way this guy said it was, Dolph Ziggler is a jobber who's really, really good, like Shawn Michaels, but also Shawn Michaels was historically a jobber in WWE. And I went, "Are you high?"
Yeah, no.
And then I
No.
He
proceeded
was
to
Mr.
tear the-
WrestleMania.
Yo, he,
And then the guy doubled down and he was like, "No, I didn't mean it like that." Because I even said, "I'm like, did you mean it like this?" And he's like, "No, Shawn Michaels is historically a jobber." And I went,
he was like, name one
Listen,
good thing
yeah.
he's done other than what was it, WrestleMania, whatever. And I was like,
Well,
like I'm half asleep, and I'm like, I don't
She's only
even
been watching for
know. I don't
16
even know
minutes.
that much.
he,
I've only been doing this
he
for
threw
like
Marty
10
through a
days.
plate
He
of
glass
exists,
in
therefore
max.
he does.
But
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
come on,
You know,
man.
"Yeah,
Come on.
I was just like, my guy, you are out of pocket."
Oh,
you are
I'm out of
I'm gonna be
pocket,
honest.
yes.
I'm gonna be honest
If
though.
you're gonna come with a hot take, at least come with some evidence behind what you're saying.
I'm gonna be
Like,
honest.
geez.
Yeah, no
TikTok has a really big wrestling community, and if you're a wrestling
it's
content
huge.
creator, you should be on TikTok.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna
yeah,
be honest,
definitely.
a lot of content,
Everybody
like
should be
a
on
lot of the top content creators for wrestling on TikTok
Mhm.
are bad.
Mhm.
Their takes
Oh,
are
geez, yeah.
steaming piles
Trash.
of shit.
Garbage.
Yep.
Mhm.
I feel like
I-
I should be looked at as a god on TikTok. If I went on there and
god?
I just said it literally, I just feel like
You'd be
I
better
don't
than
know
90% of the other
anything,
girls who
but
talk.
That's
I
crazy.
know what I'm talking about more than they would.
You're better.
Mhm.
You're better than most of the other women that are on there.
Jesus.
All I'm saying.
It's bad.
They'd be like, "How did
It's
she
it's
get
it's,
so
it's if
good?"
like TikTok had a camera option on their platform.
Right.
Yeah. If you can go live like you could on TikTok, like you go with Twitter, that would be it's like the equivalent of wrestling takes sometimes.
Right,
They're
right.
bad. They're
Yeah.
bad.
Indeed.
By the way, the only person that's actually repping the Opinion City podcast is Adam.
That guy down there is doing it.
That guy down there.
What's
I'm
up? It's
sorry.
me.
I'm sorry. I watched
So we
19
need-
hours of wrestling in my shirt yesterday, so I'm good.
I saw your shirt.
Um,
I saw your shirt.
We need so here's a question. Here's a quick plug plus also homework for Parm.
Gotcha.
If you guys want to support the Opinion City podcast,
I'm in.
you get to go over to podcast their opinioncitypod.creator/spring.com or tpublic/store/opinion city podcast to get exclusive podcasts from the ABJ podcast as well as Opinion City and also Ben Frank Connection merchandise. You can't get that on my site. You can't get that on Opinion City. That is exclusively for the network, and it helps pay the bills for the network so we can do these hangouts, so we can do these watch streams. He was saying earlier that ABJ doesn't have a Bullet Club shirt. So my thing is I think Opinion City, ABJ, and Ben Frank all need
Done.
versions.
Ben
So I
Frank
think
needs to be the
instead of
skull.
Bullet Club, I think it says Ben Frank Connect right here. And then depending if it's ABJ, whether it's Ralph, whether it's Parm, whether it's ABJ podcast, whether it's Opinion City podcast, whether it's Adam, I think we should develop that for the website.
I'm down.
For the,
I like
for
it.
the
down.
merch page.
I'm down. I'm down. I'm in.
with it.
I'm in.
Sean's on it.
Send me some designs. Let's make some notes.
Yeah. And I think that'd be really cool. And people be like, oh, I want the Bullet Club inspired Ben Frank shirts.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I noticed, Sean, that you have yet to officially Facebook confirm your relationship with Canva.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't done that yet. Sorry.
You should really write.
Did you move it to married?
On a relationship with Canva.
Married to Canva.
Yeah.
Fucking Canva.
Oh, Miz got out of the door. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
ABJ. Did you hear about that, Adam?
Oh, I
What's up?
Miz earlier in the day was locked in a room for a while. He has video of him being locked in the room on a live and them trying to get him out.
No, I missed that.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I don't know how long he was actually in there for. Maybe like 10 minutes, but
This is like real. It's not just a gimmick.
no,
That's hysterical.
He was literally locked in the room, and you could hear on the other side them trying to get the door open because they couldn't get it open. So he was like, "Listen, we have water, we have a TV, we can just watch Raw all night. It's fine."
Sounds great. Hey, I'm getting paid regardless.
Our
I
took
showed
his
up.
TV back from the Judgment Day set, and then when he grabbed it and picked it up, Gargano looked at it and goes, "Is that wireless?" And he goes, "Nope." And he just kept walking. Like they can't even use it if he take it back. There's no cord for it.
Right.
So funny.
Wait,
Truth is a gem. I hope he is immortal.
Dude, if they make new DX merchandise because R-Truth, Gargano, and Ciampa are a team,
I think they did because he was wearing it.
Oh
no,
man,
he was just wearing "What's Up" shirts. That's his thing. What's up?
He has a brand new "What's Up" shirt on the
That's his
Right,
shirt. What's
right.
up?
shop site. Yeah.
They're like,
That
oh, he
would
made
be
money for everybody else, so let's actually make
fantastic.
his own T-shirt,
Yep.
Yeah.
and it probably won't sell as well, unfortunately.
Right.
Like Sammy's shirts did not sell as well as Honorary Ooze shirts.
Right.
right? Yeah, the honorary.
It's hard to
shirts
find that
were
lightning in the bottle twice, you know.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
LA Knight's doing well because LA Knight's catchphrase. That catchphrase has people wanting a world title.
Right. Is Juno?
You don't think he's also just good?
I think he's very talented, but I don't think he's a world champion.
I don't.
Not in the landscape right now of WWE.
No.
I don't think right now, but I would like him to have a championship. I think he would have a good run.
I
with
love
it.
Sami Zayn, but I was saying earlier with Tony. Tony says Sami Zayn deserves to be a world champion. He needs his redemption from that Mania, and I
don't
said,
agree with that.
That's gone. Like that. Like as of
Yeah, I don't
now,
agree with that.
I don't believe Sammy is a world championship guy anymore.
Right.
Maybe in like 4 years, 5 years.
And I don't think
But
he's.
if that-
I said if Sammy and Kevin's contract go up, I think it'd be better for them to go and shop AEW and do a couple
Right.
years there.
Right. Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree.
they've done everything they can do, and I think they hit their glass ceiling at WWE.
Exactly. But to Kevin's point, because he's talked about it, is like, why would I?
Because he would travel less and get paid just as much. WWE and AEW have two different schedules.
I understand his point the last time his contract came around.
Right.
But now I think things are a little different.
That last time they gave him insane money.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They
he
gave
got
him.
his-
They gave
got his
him.
match
We
with
lost
Stone-
Adam Cole. We need you to stay.
Yeah.
and he got his match with Stone Cold.
Yeah.
So
yes.
I
And
mean,
he got his
what's-
awesome match. So it was a
I think
win-win.
he's at a point now where it's like, if I'm going to spend the time going out there and wrestling,
Okay.
let's do something interesting
Yeah,
instead.
I don't
of
think.
just
I would even
doing
think
something.
WWE and TKO don't see him in the same light as they would once see him as his contract numbers last time.
Yeah.
If he had, let's say he had a 30% increase his last contract, I think TKO now looks at him and goes, "We got Cody. We got are you really a guy that we think as a top 10 guy in our company now?
Right.
And are you worth the 30% we gave you last time?" I don't even know if they look at him that same way.
Are you watching this right now?
I'm really loving the shit that Drew's doing.
Yeah, he's
Same.
great.
Same.
This makes CM Punk still relevant and Drew insanely relevant and gives something exciting for Drew to look forward to that's still
Right.
not a world championship.
Yep.
So even if he doesn't win the world championship, people still want to see him versus Punk.
Yeah.
And if you put a title on the line for it because he beats Seth and then carries it to when Punk comes back, look the fuck out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
It's just been great
And-
accidental programming, and I'm okay with it.
Seth is amazing, but Seth is at that point in time where if he legit is hurt and needs serious time away, he gets himself enough to get to Mania, put on a banger, go get whatever surgery or whatever you may need, and you'll be just fine. And when you come back, you're still a big deal.
Right.
But now, when he goes away to get hurt, that's where your Punk and your Drew picks up, and then it's not that you're forgotten about, but the train keeps moving.
Yeah. That was what CM Punk said in his first White Bomb.
I think it's amazing to see just how, because we talked before about, could CM Punk be having the biggest year in professional wrestling, going from All In to now
Yeah.
WWE and WrestleMania. And I think it's interesting to see just how important Punk really was to the landscape of wrestling because of how many swerves and turns they've had to take simply because he got injured. Like how
Right.
much was built
Yeah.
around him, how much of WrestleMania was built around him, and now all of these swerves and changes, and they're trying to like hold it together to get to Mania just
Yeah.
because he got injured.
Mm-hmm. I think, like you said, he was a huge factor at Mania. So the fact that he got hurt, it kind of threw everything for a loop. Literally everything.
Mhm.
Yeah, but sometimes,
Well,
Great
we
things
wouldn't
come out of
have we wouldn't have heel Rock right now if he
Right.
wasn't injured.
Right.
We wouldn't have those great promos and that hideous.
Heel Rock's promos
fucking
make no
shirt.
sense.
Yeah, I was joking about the great promos.
No, I
there.
know.
I mean, if you believe that, I've got a Best of Bully Ray DVD I want to sell you.
Best of
And when he
Bully
means
Ray.
best of Bully Ray, he legit means only like there's no Devon, there's no Dudley Boys.
It's just
it's just
Bully Ray.
Bully wrestling Scott
Oh
D'Amore
man,
over and
it's-
over again.
Just
It's-
Bully
it's-
wrestling Scott D'Amore.
It's 18 hours of Bully Ray sitting in a room and just eating cheesesteaks.
it's quality entertainment right there.
That's entertaining.
Look at us. We just hit 19 likes, so we're close. Well, we hit 20.
20.
Thank you.
Oh,
everybody.
hey, what's up?
Hey,
Rock on.
all right.
Double digits. Big 2-0.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Look at that. Instead of talking shit about other people, I buried the hatchet and my numbers increased.
That's
No, I
'cause you
actually
got all-
said since talking shit, my numbers have gone up, and now
Right,
maybe
well.
now we're not friends. Back to like fuck it, we like the
Right,
family.
right.
now it's plateauing again.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's back down.
I gotta find someone to hate. Fucking Metal Geek,
stay
you
positive.
fuck, you suck.
You suck. I appreciate you, Henry, giving me the credit, but it wasn't me. But I appreciate it.
First off, C. Henry, if you ever,
Sean, you're not allowed to
Give
be in on the
Parma.
bit. That's not how
if
this
you
works.
ever give Parma respect on this platform ever again,
Listen, the only reason
'cause
we're at 20
I'm
likes
here.
right now is because we've got the 3 members of the BTSC, the Better Than Sean Connection.
Well, come on, man.
wow, wow.
That's not cool, bro.
Damn, this is weird. Usually
it
I'm
was
the
kind
one,
of cool.
but I'll take it. This is
It was a little
nice. I
cool.
can see a
Adam,
backseat on
where
this.
do you live? Where do you live?
I'm in Philly.
We don't even need the bridge.
Come on.
Nope.
You can't kick me out of it.
Yikes.
Come on, bro.
Dude,
we
we'll
could
just
save
make
the
this-
toll.
It's just
We
the
could- that's-
Pennsylvania.
No,
Yo,
that's like
dude, our joke network to make fun of this network is literally Save Your Toll Network or whatever. So like, don't pay, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we
Oh,
pump
man.
gas network.
The no toll connection.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
no toll connection.
No toll.
Y'all suck.
we couldn't just be the easy pass.
No, because that means we still want to go to the Jersey.
Yeah.
We don't want to.
Yeah.
You don't-
Why go if we don't have to now?
There's still a PA
Yeah.
turnpike. You
Listen.
could just, make a
I still like Jersey deep down, but yeah, I don't
Yeah.
need it.
Our network could be cheesesteaks and chocolate bars because we just stay in Pennsylvania. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yep.
Mhm.
Why not cheesesteaks and chetties?
I think I'm more known for. I mean,
Sir,
cheesesteaks.
you have a beer.
Yeah, but I think
podcast.
Hershey's more popular than Yingling.
That's fair.
Hmm.
Yeah, because it's not just Philly, it's the outer lyings.
Yeah, but like when you think, oh, Philly, you're like cheesesteak.
Cheesesteak.
Right.
Mhm.
If you don't think
Right.
sports, you think the cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Chocolate bells. The Liberty Bell's pretty popular.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Jersey.
Wow.
Chocolate bells and devils. Satanic chocolate bells. We just brought Parm back. We just brought Parm because the Jersey
Technical
Devil.
difficulties, please stand
Technical
by.
difficulties. Please stand by. Yeah, that's him. All right.
Boo.
I don't want him near his brother. Get him away.
Yeah, that's a
What
good
the
idea.
hell?
I like that.
What's pissing me off for?
Well,
We're making
we need like the L shape here of the
No,
Pennsylvania people.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, how about that jersey, huh?
Come
Great
get
place.
out of here, all of you.
Like the Beatles above your head. Are you a Ringo?
That's not.
Oh, that's-
Damn.
Come on.
Oh,
Shots
He was a
fired.
drummer. He did play drums when he was younger.
Don't feed into that. Don't feed into that.
Is Ringo
Listen.
the best drummer in the world? He's not even the best drummer in the Beatles, mate. That's one of my
Listen.
favorite interview quotes of all time.
the greatest thing to ever, the only good thing to ever come out of New Jersey is the people going back home to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Why'd you ask me to do this podcast?
I don't.
Well,
know. Did
Yeah, he
you
didn't mean
ask
ABJ
him,
yet,
or-
not-
No, you,
Yikes.
Ralph. Why'd you ask me to do this podcast? If you're so against Jersey,
Well, I had a plan. See, I knew
Yeah,
that I was
yeah.
gonna.
Oh, here we
I
go.
knew that I was gonna need graphics and videos, and
I
had this
believe-
thing called
we
Canva.
just do so.
There's a chance that Sly makes an appearance at Mania. I definitely do.
Oh, I think definitely
yeah,
Slide's up Mania.
The reports out there that they're
Just to walk out. He's
Bringing him in.
probably the voice to open up the show.
probably.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, like an
Right.
Eagles game, like a fucking
Yep.
Eagles
yeah,
game.
like
Yeah,
Eagles
yeah.
game. Like he'll narrate
Yep.
the opening video and then he'll show
Yep.
up at the end, like in the stadium.
It's either him or Kevin Hart. It's one of the two.
Honestly,
We're in
I
Philly.
I would almost
And considering The Rock,
100% guarantee Kevin Hart is at Mania in Philly.
yeah,
Oh, he's absolutely there.
100%.
Will Smith.
No,
The greatest thing to come out of New Jersey, and you don't mention My Chemical Romance, disappointing. You got me. You got me there. My Chemical Romance is pretty great.
Thank you, Kai. At least there's that.
Mr. T's a good pick too as a
Mr. T
celebrity
makes
appearance.
sense.
Oh, that would not be
especially
bad.
with
yeah.
Sly.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Who kicked me
Mr. T's
off my
from Philly,
stream?
isn't he? Was he from Philly?
I don't think
And
so.
he was from Philly, and he was also No,
no,
he's
Mr.
Chicago.
T's from Chicago.
Chicago. You're right.
There you go.
Honestly, when I think of tough cities, the two that always pop in my head is Chicago and Philly.
Yeah.
But he was part of Rocky, and also he
Mm-hmm.
worked for WWE before.
Right.
Right. So it makes sense.
What if they just fight each other? Mr. T versus we just give him a celebrity match.
Versus Sly.
Yeah.
I just feel like both
he
of them would
comes
break
out
a
and he's
hip.
like, I did the fool. I'll fight anybody in here. Who wants to fight me?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Elias Stallone walks out.
I pity the
and they're-
fool that thinks I'm too old to fight.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's play this out. Mr. T's in the ring cutting heel promo.
Oh, God.
Clubber
He said he'll
Lang.
whip anyone's ass. He's cutting full clubber long promo. He's going hard in the paint.
Mhm.
CM Punk's got to be on commentary commenting
Bro,
about how he doesn't
and
get
all
it.
of a sudden Rocky's music hits. Dude, even if they go out and drool on each other for 3 minutes, just the promo and the entrance music alone would make that one of the coolest moments in
Right.
TV like pay-per-view
Right.
history.
Right.
Yeah.
It could be a literally one punch, not like one punch. T hits the deck,
Done. He's out.
and we get them out of town.
Mhm.
The fact that he went out there, got there and cut a promo, and fucking Sylvester Stallone hits the ramp. That place they'd burn the city down.
Jesus.
I could see it.
I'm not joking.
So what do we
I
think is going to happen
it would
between
be
these two? Do we think McIntyre is taking it, or you think Seth's holding on?
Oh
think-
no, McIntyre's taking.
I think. Yeah. I think Drew.
Giving
wins it.
McIntyre his moment in front of a crowd.
Yes, you're giving McIntyre's moment for the crowd, and Seth's not 100%, and you don't have Punk to swap it to McIntyre, but you can say McIntyre's the guy who hurt Punk and carry that promo while. So while Seth's gone, then Punk can slide in.
Yep.
I still think we're at a 65% chance of McIntyre taking the title and Damian cashing in.
Or that.
Yeah,
I still think it's a pretty good possibility, like better than half.
See, I think
Damian's
Cody
going to
wins.
lose it if he cashes it in.
I think
personally.
Cody wins and gets cashed in on because I honestly think if you give Cody a title now, you got to be uninterrupted for Cody for a while, and he has to be the golden babyface Cody. But I think if Drew McIntyre, I mean, if Damian Priest cashes in on Cody, he chases again. And I think Cody's always better in the chase.
Right. I like her hair.
Nia Jax is really pretty. I don't care. Oh yeah, Kai said earlier we were talking. I didn't get a chance to put up, but Kyrie has been announced for DLC. So Kai's going to H jail tonight. I'm kind of hungry. It's probably the BRB break. Taking a BRB break at one point before the cameras turned on. I think definitely got me hungry.
Probably.
I'm gonna let Lily talk to y'all. I'm gonna go downstairs and look for stuff.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's too funny.
I think there's still chicken and rice left over.
I actually cooked today. I made halushki.
You made halushki.
What is that?
It is
Cabbage.
cabbage and noodles and onions together and butter. Oh,
With
it's really
butter.
good. A lot of butter. Yeah, a lot of butter. I used like 19 sticks.
All
Lots
the
of
butter.
butter.
19. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
19.
I did-
19
it wasn't 19, but it was a lot of butter. You have to use a lot of butter though. Well, I used
You got to
I used
do the
whole-
jazz bills and cottage cheese too.
The what?
So I've never had, I never really had Polish Slovak food until I moved up here to PA. But my ex-husband's grandmother, she would do halushki, but she would also do on the side, she would just do the farfel, the little bow tie noodles.
Oh yeah, yeah.
With cabbage, but she would also stick cottage cheese in with it as well.
Oh,
With the
wow,
butter and
that's
onions and
interesting.
everything. She would add
Oh,
cottage
okay.
cheese to it too.
I'll
So
have to try
good.
that.
So
Yeah.
good.
I have to give that a
Interesting.
shot.
Interesting. So, did
I
you
am
make notes
fucking-
for yesterday's show for fashion?
Of
or
course
you
I
do-
did.
Okay.
Of course I did.
Of course I did.
Yeah, she was
Nice.
very busy. She was
Nice.
very busy writing down
Nice.
notes.
Nice. Love it.
Tons
Love
of
it.
That many notes.
Love it. Love it.
Quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Did you have a favorite fashion wise yesterday?
Yes. Yes.
Did I have a for the guys? I think my favorite of all of the, did I not write it down? I thought I wrote it down. Maybe not. I think that my favorite for all of the guys was either Junie, Junie Underwood, or CC Boost.
CC.
I see. Cece had two different sweaters on at different times, and one was like black with pink flames.
Which was funny because that was the favorite one with the ski mask with little butterflies on it.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
And then he had a white one on that just said "I cried today."
I cried today. Yep. I wrote that down.
I love that.
I wrote that down in
That's
it was a
cool.
crew neck. It was a
I
crew
love
neck
that.
sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Did you happen to ask Ralph CC
He
Boost
also
about
had
his
running mascara. Yeah.
man versus moose match?
I did not. I
Oh,
wanted
you should've.
I wanted to
should've.
save that. Well, he was very interested in getting on the podcast. So,
Awesome. Love that. Love that.
That is absolutely something I want to bring up.
Yes,
I
we're
will
gonna
have
ask him about.
I will have
if-
Musselmania graphics.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
there.
yes. Musselmania. Hell yeah.
I walked over you all the time. That's not a good excuse. And as for the females, I would say Shay McCoy.
Yes,
Yeah,
Shay McCoy.
Yeah, she always looks good.
They were asking me who my favorite for fashion was yesterday.
Oh yeah,
Fashion.
Shay looks amazing. Shay's been working real hard.
Shay looked really good. Shay's when we had her on the
Not saying that Shay
podcast
didn't look
with
good.
Weber.
I hate that, especially when. Not saying Shay never looked good, or she like, but you could tell she's been hitting the gym and she,
Right.
she looks really really good.
Right.
Looked
Yeah.
amazing before as well. It's a weird
Oh,
thing.
absolutely, it is. But
But it is a body industry
yeah,
where you're,
Right.
looking at
yeah, she
bodies,
did.
not necessarily
I
sexualizing.
definitely noticed yesterday that she has been putting in a lot of work. It's yeah, she looked really good yesterday.
Brian Ace looked amazing too.
Shut up, Brian.
Shut
No,
up,
but
Brian.
if you look at go on high tension, look at old promo photos of Brian Ace.
Okay.
Seriously,
I'll have
because
to
after you've
check
seen
that
him
out. Yeah.
yesterday and you see him in those world, you're like, wow, that's like he looks really good. Real quick, going back to this BFC Club T-shirts,
Yes.
I would like.
Bang bang, BFC gang.
Yes.
No, just that could
we
be a
could do
different
that
variant,
too.
but we need
Yeah.
these first. I would like a special request
Yes.
if I can have them in like a white version. So if you do an ABJ or an ABJ podcast, a white version and a gold version, because I
Okay.
have to have black and gold. That's like the podcast.
I know that's
trope.
That's your colors. I know. I got you. Black and gold. I could even do it like that, like your shirt, like some white, some gold. Yeah.
And BP has to have one. Lily and Adam all have to have one too. It's the club.
Oh
Right.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Inclusion.
Well, that was the
This is the
deal.
gayest thing we've ever
So-
done. I love it.
So the shirt that Adam's wearing, that was the deal when I bought me and Ralph. It was that Adam, because Adam was the one that pretty much coined the phrase on the back of the shirt. So Adam was like, "Listen, you gotta give me some credit. Get me a shirt." I was like, "I got you." As the creator of the quote, he had to get his shirt in.
Look, I'm about to say something controversial.
Uh-oh.
Oh, do we get Colt shirts? You want one that says ABJ Colt?
Oh, that could be fun.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
No,
You have to get one on the back of your shirt. I think there should be a variation where everybody says or on the back of it says Cult member, and then on the front of it Cult of ABJ. But then yours would have to say Cult leader on the back of yours.
Right.
So make it
Yours
nice.
would have to
Cool.
be the-
right.
But everybody else is like the back of it just has to say Cult member
Right.
or Cult member since 24 or whatever.
Right.
They could get our different variants, but they'd have to have the member version.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you saying just a Colt of ABJ shirt?
Like just do a Cult of the Cult of ABJ shirt that you have, right? Where you could buy it on Teespring or whatever. Just on the back of it. Add Cult member. And then on yours, yours doesn't go on Teespring. I just make you one. The back of yours says Cult leader.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yep.
And that way
Steven just I think he just wants more Colt member T-shirt,
anyone,
like Colt ABJ merch, which I think is
Oh,
fair
oh,
because I think the Discord's popular enough to have its own T-shirt. I'm being
Yeah.
honest.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, you got it going
maybe
on.
that's what I'll work on because I've been kind of stuck trying to. I'm gonna be honest. I really want to finish the New Japan one. I'm getting really disheartened with it. It's not going the way I want it to go, and I'm kind of
no.
stuck on logos because I'm I don't know what else to work on right now.
See, I want a
So maybe
Cult
I'll
of
work on
ABJ
it.
shirt, and on the back, instead of it saying Cult member, I want it to say drinks the Kool-Aid, but only tropical punch.
Drinks the Kool-Aid, but only tropical.
Only
Can we make
tropical
an
punch.
evil-
Oh, tropical punch.
Only tropical.
Can we
punch,
make
yeah.
No
can we
cherry?
make an evil Kool-Aid man and it just says join? Oh yeah, join the cult. ABJ.
Only if I get to make the Kool-Aid man a mixture of the Kool-Aid man and Randy Savage.
What?
So as of thinking it more,
yeah.
I think it's
Come on.
insensitive because people legit died from drinking Kool-Aid. And I think if we make mergers and make money off that,
because because on the back of the shirt, then it could say "Drink it in, baby."
Drink it in, man. Oh, wait.
drink it in, baby. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, there, yeah, drink it in,
but
babe.
you're
Yeah.
exactly.
now I'm back
Yeah.
to being insensitive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's why I said it like that. I was like, "Drink it in, baby."
Right. Love that.
I think
Say
I'm
we
still
say about
tired from
Nia.
Saturday
She's
morning.
making Liv Morgan look like if she belongs. Nia's so good at selling for big people, little people. She's exactly what you want as a heel.
Nia's been a
character.
lot better since she's come back. I'll say
Yes,
that.
yes.
I will definitely agree that she's been a lot better since she's come back. I'm just always scared she's going to hurt somebody. Always.
Or
Like
she's- or
anybody
she's
who's
gonna-
really tiny, like especially a Liv type. Like,
Love
she's
it.
just gonna
I love
throw
that
it.
she. I love it, and I love that you.
I'm
fear
cool
that
with
for
it.
her.
I'm just
yeah.
concerned.
Yeah.
I'm concerned she's gonna hurt herself and yell something inappropriate again.
Right, yeah.
That whole
Yeah.
spot's been a thing for her since we came back, though.
Right.
Yeah.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Me?
I did. Yeah. I missed
Oh, I
what you
said that whole spot has been a spot since she's come back. She's done it like 3 times.
Mm.
She did it tonight. She lands on the apron and goes, "Oh,
Oh, okay.
Right.
I thought
right.
she was actually audibly saying my hole still.
no!"
Right.
Please
She doesn't
stop.
say it anymore, but she alludes to it.
Yeah.
Right. She
Um,
knows. She knows.
Elimination Chamber's Nia's best match ever. I disagree. I thought Nia and Ronda Rousey had a really good match.
Yeah.
Can't comment.
I
I don't remember it.
Too much medication.
Too much medication. Yeah. Yeah. That might be where I'm at tonight.
Yeah, I'll be honest. These deli things look amazing.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, those look kind of good. I won't lie.
No way. No way.
No?
Hot
Did you
Pocket
ever-
deli
did you ever
sandwich?
have
No,
the
come
ham-
on, why
You
not?
never had the ham and cheese hot pockets? Like,
Yeah, those are pretty good.
it's just not right, bro. It's just not right.
It's
I
just
will
not
say
right.
the pretzel chicken sandwich or whatever they had, where it's a pretzel hot pocket.
I have to chime in on this.
Whatever.
Since I've
I
gotten
like
a
the
new air
pretzel
fryer.
breading, but I don't like the ham and cheese. Like, there's just something about it. It's like eating spam. Like, it's not real ham. Like, it just doesn't fucking taste.
What's wrong
right.
with spam,
It's like
yo?
eating. It's like eating the meat. Man, you got me on such a hot topic right now. It's
I'm
like
kidding.
eating the meat.
Hot topic.
Wow. Wow.
You got her started. You got her started.
It's the meat from the Chef Boyardee. Like, you know that ain't right. It's canned meat. You can
Oh, of
taste the
course.
canning in it.
But if
And
you're
that's how
eating
I
it,
feel
you're
like
either
the meat is in a
highly
hot
Great,
dog.
like
medicated.
horse meat.
or
Like the pepperoni
you
hot
know,
pockets. I'm about it.
struggling.
The cheesesteak hot pockets. About it.
I'll
Ham and
say this
cheese, you
though.
can't, no.
Hot Pocket's got these new breakfast ones, and I'm going to tell you, in the air fryer, unbelievable.
I have them in my freezer, but I haven't eaten them because it
I'm gonna
just
have to
freaks
get on
me
that
out.
because I got
No,
to
try
me
one.
Those eggs, bro. You're gonna
They're
tell
in what
me?
freezer?
The bacon
No,
one.
not in this freezer.
I was saying they're in this freezer.
Eggs and
You need to
bacon.
excuse
Go get
yourself.
some. Go get some.
get to stepping.
Yeah, exactly. Get out of the way.
Excuse me?
That's right.
Move.
Make me my hot pockets. woman.
Exactly.
Pull my belly out and be like, "Baby,
In a pinch, they're pretty
give me a
fantastic.
hot pocket."
I got some room over here on the right. I need to fills up.
You know what we do have downstairs that I was thinking about that.
What?
Cold pockets.
Cold
Very
pockets.
cold pockets.
Cold pockets.
Sandwiches of the ice cream.
Ralph,
Wouldn't that be a
that's good.
wrap?
There's actually
There's still ice
Like
cream.
just a
still in
peanut.
there.
Instead of putting them
There's
in the
not even-
microwave, you have to put
not
them in the
just
freezer.
vanilla,
and
there's
You just
Yeah,
gotta let them
follow
get really
on them.
cold. Yeah.
Yeah. Cold pockets.
Oh no.
I can't agree with C. Henry here on this hoghead cheese versus a hot pocket. I'll take the hot pocket.
I don't know what a hoghead cheese is, but it sounds
Neither do I, but I'll
Sounds
take a hot
sexy.
pocket.
Deli. It's deli meat. It's a brand of deli meat. Hoghead.
Sounds
Oh,
sexy.
listen. I see somebody talking about the footlong pretzel at Subway. Yeah. All of those new things they have at Subway are
The
amazing.
footlong churro, the footlong cookie. Give me it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full-on
Thank you.
cookie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw a video of the
they got
footlong
footlong
cookie. It looks
chocolate
Yeah.
chip.
It's real.
ridiculous.
It's real.
I'll eat it
exists.
all in one sitting. I don't care.
Oh, dude, I have no
pretzels are
shame.
good too because they're
no
anti-hands
shame.
pretzels. Yeah, the pretzels.
I
are-
saw the video of a guy took 2 foot long cookies and get an ice cream sandwich out of them and tried to eat them in
Oh
one
my
shot.
god, that's amazing.
was,
I would totally
Love
do that.
that. Genius.
It was a lot. It was
Genius.
a lot. He didn't finish it.
Wow.
I didn't think you would, but
Let me just take my medication quick, and I promise you I could do it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I don't think that should be something you should rush through and try to challenge yourself.
No,
I
just
think,
eat, enjoy yourself.
I think you go
Yeah.
and buy 2 footlong cookies and then as throughout the day, make yourself ice cream sandwiches
Right.
with.
right.
Or
Like,
just
I
make
think
it
you
and
go
then
buy
cut it, and then you have them pre-made. You know.
Yeah,
You're
like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go
yeah.
to the store, you get the
Yeah,
footlongs,
absolutely.
you go to get the ice cream,
Right.
and then you make that a special treat. Like that's
Yeah.
something you
Yeah.
enjoy.
Well, then you can just cut them out,
Right.
right?
That's like going to
there.
get bread at the
And-
store and making sandwiches. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's something like footlong and Ben and Jerry's like work out.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, that makes a lot of sense because like Dairy Queen has like where you can go in and get their frozen ice cream cakes and whatever. I'm sure they could do something like that.
Yep. Becky's attacking Naya.
Yep.
I'm
Doing
behind
the
you
thing.
guys. I'm
We're way
you guys.
behind. We're way behind.
For once.
She just
Jeez.
Samoan dropped. All right,
what the hell?
I fast forwarded. I did fall behind. I just don't know how. Totally agree. See, Henry, I totally agree. I think Becky doesn't come off as genuine, and I think a Philly crowd is going to eat her up.
Mm.
They're going to be so pro Rhea, it's going to be a landslide.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
'Cause
Oh
Right.
yeah, I don't think.
Right.
A Philly
I-
crowd is going to smells when you're not secure, or
Right.
not, are insecure with yourself, are not natural. Like if you try to be a big tough guy, or you try to be a wannabe baby face, they'll smell it. They're like, you're fake.
Right.
I don't think she's a wannabe baby face. I feel like
She doesn't know what
It's
she wants
just-
to be as a character. Is she the tough
doesn't-
guy, or is she,
right.
She doesn't have the same groundswell behind her as she had before, and it made
Yes.
her very legit with the crowd. But she doesn't.
What's Paul
have that
Heyman
now,
doing,
so-
walking back and forth in the background?
Uh-oh.
Anybody catch that?
I did. I just saw it now.
Well, on SmackDown they had Grayson talking to Reigns on SmackDown.
Uh, I've been working nights, so I haven't really been catching wrestling lately.
Right.
Well, I was sleeping during SmackDown on Friday, trying to get some sleep before the Elimination
Yeah, for
Chamber
the-
started at
Yep.
ass o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. We were all here for it. We were all awake and we all made it happen.
Yeah, I drank a lot of fucking coffee Saturday.
Yo,
morning.
I woke up-
Holy shit!
Just in time to see Nia start coming out, and I said, "Sweet, I'm here for the match that I want to know.
Right.
Just want to see Rhea win."
Yeah.
Contributed a massive amount to this business where obviously they missed the help. Yeah, who would ever forget the Minnesota Wrecking Crew? His brother, Gene Anderson.
Someone's TV got very loud.
Yeah.
Minnesota Wrecking Crew. We allowed to talk about that?
oh no, video package? I guess it was too soon.
It
Probably.
was just announced like a few hours ago. So yeah, it was like just recent.
Crazy. I didn't know he died. Yeah.
Yeah, it was literally just announced.
Yeah, a couple of people, I guess, had it on their social media, and people weren't sure if it was like real or not. And
If it
then
was accurate, right?
all the news sources started
Dropping it.
reporting
yeah.
it. Yeah.
81 years old.
Very kind of. Let's. I want to go back to that show over the weekend. Another one that I want to say was a standout to me, and you guys can chip in on this as well. And Billy Avery.
I love Billy Avery.
He
love
very
him.
very so I never seen his era of Chikara, so I didn't know much
Mhm.
about him. Very entertaining as a performer,
Mhm.
but even more A+ as a person. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
You got a
didn't know.
you got a chance to talk to him, right? You had
You
had a good
so
chance to talk
we,
to him.
we talked a lot. Like there was a
Mhm.
few times where like throughout the show he would just come stand by me and we would either talk about what was happening there, or he would talk to me about my content and stuff that he like about like what I do, or about labor of love. Like we talk
right.
like it was off and on conversations throughout the entire taping, a lot with Billy. very good guy, and then I got to sit down for 5 questions with him, and he oozes everything we talked about, and it made me more excited for Labor of Love this weekend in Philly.
Right.
There are not a lot of guys out there that care about the business in the way that Billy Avery does, and it comes out in everything he does. It comes out in everything he says, and you really get this sense from him that, you know, his love for the business goes beyond just his love for the business. It's the love for the things that he's doing. It's the love for the fans. It's the love for the people that he's working with, and I think that makes a big difference in how he comes across, how everything he does comes across. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that it can be really good in the ring and things like that, but when you find somebody that is as good as Billy outside the ring, that's a rare and special person you're talking.
See, the only reason I'm aware that he is the person behind Labor of Love is because of your content. But if we didn't tell you that, you wouldn't know.
Right.
No,
like
because
he doesn't have his own social media, and the only social media he has, he runs Labor of Love.
He has Labor of Love on Instagram and like nothing else. They don't do Twitter. They don't do it's just Instagram.
Just the one.
And honestly, I wasn't 100%. I wasn't 100% sure it was him either. Now I had heard some things, but when we went to Steel Stack SmackDown 2 last year for the LVAC, I got let in on the fact that, you know, Billy was running Labor of Love. And so Billy and I were just having a conversation off to the side, and Billy just casually came out and said, hey, you know, in case you didn't know, he's like, I'm the guy behind Labor of Love.
Right.
Because he does not ever, like, this is not a guy that is looking for any personal glory in anything ever.
Right.
Like, he wants to put everyone else over and put over what they do, to the point that he doesn't even acknowledge or admit that he's running this unless you know.
High Tension is very similar to that too. Alex, like the people who run High Tension, Alex and Andrew, they're like, even when they were running, like, it was High Tension was Camp Leapfrog, other people were the faces of their brand, and they don't really put themselves out there like that.
Yeah, it's love for business on a whole different level, you know. It's wanting to make other people look better than you could ever look, and it's rare. And again, you know, that's part of that, like, organic build that I was talking about earlier, where you have people that just, when you have good people working with good people, good things are going to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
It made me, like I said, it made me very excited to be part of Labor of Love. Just even going as a fan, or possibly doing more with them under my brand, not just like going to hang out with you guys for the day. It made me excited for that them as a brand, and saying like, yeah, I'm proud of this brand and I want to talk about it.
So now let's go
with a guy like Billy, it's exciting because, you know, like, talking to him is like talking to no one else, but he gets excited about your stuff as well as you getting excited about his stuff. Like,
he was aware of my content, and we've never had a conversation until that point. Like, he walked, like, he kept walking by me, and I would like wave. I didn't know how to, like, I don't always. He was one of the only people that I didn't really know like that. Like, I was like, oh, that's Billy Avery, because I was aware of him through you guys.
Right.
And he kind of walked by me a couple of times, and then I was kind of like standing in the door, like right by the doorway of Cheeseburger's office, and he like walks like he was gonna walk into Cheeseburger's office, and I can sense he wanted to say something to me, and he kind of like went in the office and then quick turn around and then stood by the doorway with me, and I was like, hey man, just nice to finally meet you, like, in person. Like, we chatted through via Labor of Love. He's like, yeah man, I'm actually a fan of what you do, I like your stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, and it was like, that's
nice.
Like, we wanted to approach each other, we just didn't know how to do it with one another.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I've known Billy for a while, but, like, you know, to be able to, like, get involved with him and just do things with him, and, you know, his excitement level for you know, just doing things is really cool. It was funny because I kind of had one of those moments with Dr. Ethan Wild yesterday, because we started talking, And you know, he's like, hey man, he's like, you know, thanks for being so enthusiastic all day, and like, you know, and then he's like, I've seen you around at a lot of places. He's like, I recognized you. He's like, hi, I'm so and so. It's nice to finally meet you. I'm
Nice.
like, you know, like
Love that.
you just you know, you just know when you're talking to good people. You do.
Yeah. And when people, well, they're really going hard with the
Shoeys now.
shoeys.
Yeah, the shoey is a big deal.
I had that moment
Get it in
with
the gold shoe,
Grim
man.
So,
yesterday.
so here's the question: because it's TKO, when does Bud Light become a sponsor of?
Oh,
Because they're a huge UFC sponsor,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
and
I
if
don't
they're
think-
if they're introducing 420 shirts and now a shoey, which is clearly alcohol,
Right.
and if the shoey's going to become a thing that they make graphics of, and I can already see T-shirts and merch, Grayson Waller dumping a insert brand here into a shoe is just easy money at that point.
Right.
So does
right.
WWE take that money,
Right.
or do they stay away from beer sponsors?
I was about to say, like, I feel like, do they want to ride the line again? You know, they've always been safe with their sponsorship. They don't want to do anything that's not.
But if you're going to lean
Gonna
into
sell.
a shoey, which is essentially a beer bong,
No, bro. I so hear what you're saying. I understand the PC culture of the WWE. What are they going to sell to kids versus what are they going to sell to adults? You know what I mean? So I get it.
I don't necessarily,
it could go
I don't
either way.
necessarily see them going, you know, sort of full on sponsorship like that. I could see it more as when they start adding like logos to the ring mats, and I could see it being like a logo on the ring mat where it's not like as, you know, out there in your face.
I don't think we're going to see Grayson Waller doing a shoey in the ring after a match. However, I don't think it's out of the realm because fuck, Steve Austin exists. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And every time he
different
comes back,
but everything comes
you're
back.
begging
yeah.
for a Grayson Waller Stone Cold shoey. Like that's like
how long?
100%. If anybody's going to get Stone Cold to come back out just for like a quick segment, I think it would be him just to have him take a stunner.
Imagine
Fantastic.
taking two shoes.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
so how long after Bud Light becomes a sponsor do we see the return of Shotgun Saturday Night?
Right.
Shoey Saturday night.
Shoey Saturday night.
Oh,
Hold my beer and
boy.
watch this. Turned into hold my shoe and watch this.
Probably. I mean,
the show would be
sorry,
the shoe instead of the bump.
Yeah.
The shoes of the bump.
Yeah.
shoe.
Who knows? If it catches on, if Grayson Waller catches on, I can see it going that route.
But to
If Grayson Waller was LA Knight, it would already been done.
yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Dave says Karrion Kross will destroy everybody. I'm a Karrion
And the
Kross
authors,
fan.
he said him and the authors of pain.
Yeah.
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 I
How
actually
do
got
you
to
guys
hang
feel
out
about that?
I like the team up.
Yeah, same.
I think the team is good. I still don't know how I feel about Karrion Kross. I'm just so glad.
I love Karrion
What's his
Kross.
name is back? The
Ellering?
mouthpiece.
Ellering?
Lou Ellering. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I got a chance to hang out with Kross for a day, and he was so fucking cool, man. And like getting to know him as a person and really chatting with him and talking about like horror movies and pop culture and just like he's just a really fun conversation. Like he's a good human.
Right.
And then just like I don't know, I just ever since meeting him, I just really felt like same with Jonah, like Bronson Reed. Such a cool dude. Damo was another one I met. I'm
Damo.
like, I will forever be a Damo fan. Like, I will love.
I
want to
see Bronson Reed be like the new monster of WWE in the next few
Yes,
years. He's so great.
You
I
know
want
what's
him to be
hilarious?
unstoppable. He reminds me of the fucking Juggernaut.
It's hard for me to see him as this strong, mean guy because I got to like meet
actually
him.
talk to him.
Yeah, and he's such a teddy bear. Like,
right. That's
and he's funny. Like. He's a guy, if they let do comedy, he would kill it. He's a funny dude.
Right.
Kross is really funny, too.
Oh, wow. I'll actually be excited for that.
What?
Ilya Dragunov and
Carmelo?
Carmelo Hayes. I want to see what that... I do enjoy where that storyline was going with Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes.
This would be the last Tuesday that we would be doing a live stream. But I think... I'm sorry for everybody.
Well, no, aren't you doing something Tuesday?
This Tuesday, no.
Oh, I got you.
Yes, next Tuesday, yes. But I think this Tuesday I'm gonna do a game stream tomorrow night.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
'Cause I mean, I kind of really want to play my Pokemon game more, but I don't want to start a Pokemon stream after Raw because I feel like
At
everyone's
11
already
o'clock at
exhausted.
night, right?
And we just
Right.
did 3 hours, and I don't want to oversaturate the channel by going live all the time.
Right.
So Discord.
So yeah,
So Pokemon and Discord.
it'll be a Discord night. I won't play
Yeah.
Pokemon though, because I'll do too much.
Right.
I want the stream to pick up right where I left off in my apartment at the school.
So does that mean that I get time?
To what?
Can I play Harry
Animal
Potter?
Crossing? No.
Oh, can I play Animal Crossing?
You'll play Animal
No.
Crossing.
No.
What do you think this is?
Wait, why can I not play Harry Potter?
I
No.
uninstalled it.
Oh no.
What?
It's gone.
So long to play it. You got that for
Wow.
Christmas,
You're
and you
beat.
finished playing
You're
it,
beat.
and then you played it as a second thing, and the deal was that I would get to play it.
I know. And then-
Not anymore. Not anymore.
You never really turned it on.
I never had the chance to. You
And
were
then-
always
Oh,
with it.
And then I got a couple other games, and I started playing Call of Duty, and that takes up a huge chunk of your hard drive. And then I
it
bought
does.
Assassin's Creed Mirage, and then I bought Gas Station Simulator, and I put those games on, and I just didn't have space for Harry Potter that I already beat.
Did you? We're about to see if you completely broke my heart or not.
Oh no.
Did you uninstall Spyro too?
Hey, yup.
I honestly, I think I kept Spyro. I hope I did because you were actually playing that.
I hope you did too, because I was getting so
He's
far in that
sad.
one.
So sad.
So
Because
so
you
for those
actually
of
played
you
that one.
so for those of you who just
Yes,
missed it,
Spiral's still there.
we'll recap what just happened. ABJ just turned heel.
Maybe they just turned.
He's been.
I feel like he's been low key.
He basically
I
threw
feel like
his tag
he's
team partners
ready
through
to
the
fight
barbershop
anyone at
window.
any point.
Oh my god! I thought it was.
So
Yeah.
essentially, I have
It's Shawn
Assassin's
Michaels
Creed
and
Mirage,
Hardy all
Call of
over
Duty,
again.
Fortnite, my Rock Band 4, Spyro, and Diablo, which I'm uninstalling right now.
Don't uninstall. Oh my
man.
gosh!
Diablo?
Love Diablo.
Which Diablo is it? The first one?
Why don't uninstall Diablo?
Because I told you I wanted to play that too.
All right, well, I'll play Diablo.
Which
I'm at
Diablo? The new one?
It takes up almost 80% of my hard drive.
All right,
all
well
those
then-
games. That's why I had to.
You
get
might
rid of
as well just take it off then, because you're not going to let me on it long enough to actually play something as complex as Diablo. Just leave
Well,
Spyro on there
Here's the
for
thing,
me.
if you actually want to play Diablo, we can couch co-op that game. I think we could play it together on the same TV.
That would be freaking cool.
I could be wrong though, and if I'm wrong, I'm not selling it.
Okay.
Trying to play some
Let's
Diablo
Fair.
on Wednesday. That's my Wednesday night plan.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
After I'll play with you after Dynamite.
You play Diablo, the new one?
Yeah.
I thought you were taking-
I haven't played a new character since before this new season 1 came out, and then season 1 came out and I played season 1 for 3 days and I didn't like it because the patches were so bad. So I played the whole time through, and then they nerfed my character, like all the characters, like they nerfed the game so bad that people hated it and they all quit. And then they updated the game and I think changed
So-
everything. And
I've never played a Diablo game in my life. Over Black Friday sale, they had get the Xbox at Target. You get Diablo 4 and a $75 gift card for free when you purchase it, and it was like $450. I don't know. It was cheaper. It was somewhere around 400. But yeah, never played it. It's like, oh, well, I have the game for free. Let's check it out. Got super addicted. I'm on my
Yeah.
second character.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's good, but when they first put the season pass in, they did a lot of really, really bad updates and nerfs, and it
My buddy was
destroyed-
telling me.
it destroyed the game, and a lot of its community base left, and then they updated it, and a lot of us didn't come back. But I'll give it a shot again at the updates.
Right.
I mean,
I did
it's
not-
just a
I did not play
casual thing
4,
that
I
I can
played
put
3.
on whatever and I can enjoy. So
When the game first came out,
Mm.
4 was so good. I couldn't stop playing it.
the
I was like
campaign
that
was a
with
lot
3.
of fun. I enjoyed that. And then now I'm just
So I had a
Playing-
character that was like good, like a really good character, and it was still challenging, but it was a good character.
Mhm.
And then the update happened, and I had to rebuild my character because the update
Oh.
essentially debunked, like got to the point where my character was almost unplayable. Like I
Well-
couldn't survive
Oh,
things. I would run
Jesus.
through places and just run through. Blah 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 blah. blah.
I played for like a solid 3 weeks, built a whole necromancer character, really enjoyed it. The season ended. I had no idea that a season meant you had to restart a new character. Got super bummed. So I'm running the same build just to make up for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Welcome back, Kai. AT&T offered everyone $5 for the outage the other last. They put $5 on your bill.
Yeah, I saw
Wow.
that. Yeah, I saw
That's
that.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm like this close to switching into either Verizon or T-Mobile.
Well, I'll tell you what. The thing that happened to AT&T, if it happened to AT&T, Verizon's even more susceptible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but that was the funny part. There was the outage that happened the other day, and I have AT&T. But
Oh, they just talked about the Paul Heyman being backstage thing. It's all over the news. It's all over the internet.
But people who had
Who's about to show up?
Verizon and T-Mobile didn't have that issue. It was literally just the people who had AT&T were out.
Do you know what happened though?
I don't. All I know is that it was an outage.
So they a hacker group got into AT&T
Right.
and wrote an update for the phones, and they put the update over the AT&T signals. But when they did it at like 3 a.m, only certain people had either their phone auto update or had it set to like, oh yes, I'll do that. And if you don't have auto update, I don't have auto update on, so every time auto update happens, I have to accept it.
Right.
But if you accept that update, it put a line of code into your phone that shut you off from the signal. So some
Right.
people who lived in the same household had a phone, and some people had nothing. It like turned
Yeah.
your data off.
Yeah.
So they had to go
I
back
have
and do a new
T-Mobile. I didn't hear
update.
about any of this.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, not a lot of people are talking about
Verizon.
the update because there's 2 reasons why they're not talking about it. One, because it's like it makes them look insanely bad, and
Yep.
2, if they were able to write that code and turn off your data, when your data turns back on, is that code still phishing stuff out of your
Right.
phone?
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, you don't know.
So they
Yeah.
might have fixed one aspect of it, but not
But
caught
did
the
they
other.
fix all of it?
Yes.
The world
And-
may never know.
And the thing is if they tell people, yes, there was also a phishing thing involved, it makes people more scared than just, hey, we lost our phone service for a couple
Right.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Because
very close.
then
to
they'll
switching.
because now it's not just, hey, we fixed your phone service. It's I don't trust this phone. I want a new one.
Right.
And that's a bigger bill.
right.
So once so pretty much if you downloaded that update on your phone, who knows what you have on your phone?
Right.
Complete sidebar. How do we feel about this new Ghostbusters movie?
It's Ghostbusters. Yeah. So here's the thing.
I watched
I'm
it.
excited
It's
about it
Ghostbusters.
regardless.
Same.
I am one of the very few who enjoyed the female version of Ghostbusters.
I never saw it, honestly.
I
And
did,
the
and
new
I-
Ghostbusters, I bawled like a baby. I got so
The new
high.
Ghostbusters was amazing.
You got caught with the
Oh,
the ending.
So
I would've-
good.
I would have
predicted
tried
it.
not
Yes.
high,
I
but the
loved it.
highness. Oh, I knew it was coming too.
Yeah,
As
I
soon as they
loved it.
announced the trailer of the movie, I go, "This is gonna be Egon's kids."
Yep.
Did I
Yeah.
think they were gonna 3D CGI Egon in?
Oh no,
And
that's
they
what I'm
go,
saying.
"Wait a
I
second, tell
knew
me."
they were gonna. I knew they were gonna be in it because there was a comment made about like as long as they don't do this for some. It might have been Red Letter Media. I don't know if anybody watches Red Letter Media. If anybody knows what that is, it's a YouTube channel. But I think they had said as long as they just don't do a 3D animated version of so and so at the end, and I was like, you know what? They're probably going to.
Yeah,
And
they
then
just
sure
did the
enough-
Paul Walker, and then they've been 3D CGI people to make them look younger than what they are.
Yep.
So we got Egon back in the movie, and I was like, okay, if you're gonna do it, that's the best way to do it. But you still
Right.
did it.
Right.
They
However,
did it,
I
and it was
enjoyed it.
still
I
really
enjoyed-
good.
Yeah. It was
I
really
enjoyed
good.
it. I enjoyed the film. I thought it was a little slow at parts, but I enjoyed it overall. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah. Same.
I
this
think
one's
those
gonna be
kids that
really
are
good.
in Stranger Things are like the future. Like they're all
Yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
good.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I just want to see them
And Millie
do
Bobby Brown is
things
going to be a Bon Jovi.
that
like
are
that's-
it's not Stranger Things.
What do you mean
Right.
a Bon Jovi?
Mhm.
She's engaged to Bon Jovi's stepson.
Oh shit, dude! You know who I out of all the Stranger Things last season, I was like, yo, this person's gonna take over the world. Fucking Mia Hamm or whatever her name, Mia Wall, not Mia Hamm.
Yeah.
Love the Mr. Blanket reviews. Sorry.
You're talking about the girl from the.
I'm calling her mom
Skipper
Mia because I
Dippers,
love
but
Pulp
it's not
Fiction
Skipper
so much.
Dippers.
It's fucking Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke's daughter.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh, her.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
She's great.
good.
Scoops Ahoy
She's
girl. I forget her
fantastic.
name in the
Scoops
show,
Ahoy,
but
that's the one.
Maya Hawk. I think it's just
Maya Hawk. Yes.
Maya Hawk,
Yeah,
yeah.
So
But
good.
I call her Maya, and I always fuck my brain up because Maya was her mom's character's name in Pulp Fiction,
Right.
or Mia,
Right.
Mia, not Maya,
Mia.
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 Yeah.
Wallace.
But yeah, the she's really good, and then the kid who played Eddie is going to
Was
be the new Human
fantastic.
Torch.
Yeah. Yep.
Fantastic. Loved him.
I still think and hope and pray that Chris Evans, the original Human Torch, shows up in Deadpool.
Right.
I think it would be
Right.
hysterical for him to be like, "Wait, you're in the wrong universe. You're not supposed to be here." Just
If
some
they
super-
do like Captain and like Human Torch,
yeah, just like a quick nod would be hysterical.
That'd be great.
Yes.
or if he
Right.
goes Captain America,
Right.
Green Lantern.
Exactly. They shoot each other real quick.
Right.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that movie.
Same.
Or what if they do the Spider-Man meme with with
Yeah.
with
Mr.
Ryan
Fantastic
Reynolds.
and Chris Evans? Like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
like,
true. Well, there's going to be different versions of Deadpool in this movie. Like you can already
Right.
see that.
Right,
There's going to
yeah.
be Lady Deadpool, where there's expected to be a Blake Lively showing, but
Yep.
then there's also like two different versions of Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool, as
Yeah.
far as I've seen.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm
We're
excited.
On early. What's going on here?
Well,
There's
Paul
10 minutes-
Heyman was backstage, and they
10
said that the
minutes
internet
of-
was
Oh,
blowing
yeah,
up
that's
about
right.
seeing
That's
him.
right.
10 minutes left in the show, so they have something that's
Roman's
they had
coming
to-
out, or The Rock's here, or something like.
Something's happening.
Not even.
Something's
Solo's
Here's
going
the
to come
thing.
out with Jimmy.
Cody wrestles the really low budget mid Carter guy, and then we get a clean finish on Raw. But anytime you see two top guys, you know you're getting a fuck finish. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right. Yeah. All right, what's gonna happen now?
I like watching the watch alongs, so I feel like I don't have to fully pay attention, and I do like the fact we just bullshit about everything else besides wrestling sometimes. Like,
It's
Nah,
great.
bro.
we
When I
watched
come in,
Raw,
I'm like,
but,
I'm
like-
watching this show, so I might just.
I
Be
mean,
like,
I am
hey,
watching it
give
too,
me-
but I enjoy the conversation. It makes
So,
the 3
yeah,
hours a lot better.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
No,
Oh,
of course.
Oh, here we go.
It's better to be watching it with people than by yourself.
Here we go.
He
Definitely.
said, You got one? Let me just.
Why do you have a chair?
He asked for it. He said, "Come at me, bro."
Yeah, but why do you need a chair for Paul Heyman?
Because F Paul Heyman.
Because it's not just Paul Heyman.
Why is Matt Sydal?
Watch.
Not Matt
uh,
Sydal. What's the other guy from Motor City Machine Guns? He looks like the guy behind Paul. Looks like a lower budget version of him.
Saban?
Say no.
Yeah,
is it Saban?
Shelley.
Yeah, Saban.
Yeah, Saban.
I just feel like Bobby Lashley's going to come out with the Street Profits. I don't know why.
That's such a random
Send the
thought.
Creeds.
Send the
Not, but
Creeds.
Send the Creeds. Yeah.
Do you think they meant to show Paul walk backstage and then they fucked up and they're like, Paul, the internet knows?
No,
you're
it
here."
was part of the show.
No,
While you guys were
nope,
talking before,
yeah.
they made a comment.
They
Oh,
did.
the
They
internet's
said
been blowing up with.
I know,
think
but I
Paul
think I don't
Heyman's
think he was
here.
supposed to be backstage during that. I think he
And not
accidentally
be
walked
seen?
by that back
No,
bit.
I think
No, I think that was
that
on
was
purpose.
100% planned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because two of these security guards don't look like your normal WWE security guards. What I'm saying is that this looks really rushed.
Nah. God, I love
Well, I
Paul
mean,
Heyman.
He's
I'm
so
sorry.
good.
Weren't
He's so
Jimmy and
good.
Jay just there?
Jay was. But Jay's on Raw, so.
Does someone have a black Cody Rhodes photo behind that guy in the front row? It looks like Cody
I don't know, I
Rhodes,
can
but
only-
his
yeah.
face is black. Unless this kid drew himself as Cody and he's like a black kid.
Right.
It's literally right where that phone is.
Can't.
Immediately to the next side of it, there's some. It looks like black Cody Rhodes. Oh, the guy's put his sign down. See it? Look over his shoulder.
Damn.
Out to your mouth. uh.
What a voice crack.
Yeah.
Right?
He won the Rumble. I hate that.
Begging.
Who's better on the mic, Paul Heyman or The Rock?
Heyman.
Paul Heyman by a fucking million miles.
On this microphone about your new boy Dwayne. You want to know why I trashed him in the media? It's simple. Myself, like almost everyone tonight, we were fans of The Rock. Did you not see? Put yourself in my shoes. Come from a family that every meal determines by tickets sold, and nobody sold more tickets to The Rock. But I am done. I am absolutely fed up with being nice. If it's a bloodline setup, like I said,
I honestly feel this. I feel they're telling Cody to hold back on promos because I feel if Cody cut a legit Rock, because Cody's good on the mic.
Yeah.
If Cody cut a legit promo, he would diminish The Rock.
They're letting it sizzle,
Cody,
bro.
I think
they're
Cody's
letting it
better.
build. I don't disagree with you. I think they're deliberately doing what they're doing. Like,
that's rude.
Like Triple H is the cinema guy. This is the slow burn. We're getting every detail that we can out of this, and I'm okay with that as long as it's been a good payoff. And so far, the story's been great.
Here comes Seth freaking Rollins.
All right, Cody's finally acting a little tough.
Yeah.
I am dropping every single person standing in this ring with respect. That threat doesn't apply if I'm that one person to come close to you, right?
I didn't
Wrong.
like that. I don't like that.
Damn.
Jesus.
Oh, that kid took it to the face.
Right to the face. Jesus.
Oh,
He did not get his. He did not get his hands up. That kid did not.
No,
get his
that
hands
was.
up.
He ate it. He ate
I'm
that
okay with
chair
it, but
shot.
No, we saw some chairs thrown like that yesterday.
Same.
Yeah.
nah, worse
Same.
than that. Come on now.
Well, I'm just saying.
Okay, so we're leaving on a cliffhanger of a phone call.
I love that it says call Reigns and The Rock.
I like how he has two phones and one has a rock case and one has a rolling case. I hate that.
I got two phones.
He has to have all the phones for all the.
I hate that he has two phones with two different cases.
I think it's
This one.
hilarious. I think.
Oh, this is my rock one.
Yeah, he's got his
You didn't
specific
program the
case
number.
phone, so he knows.
Yeah.
You know, with modern technology, you can say call both The Rock and
Yeah,
Roman.
no, I mean,
Three-way
we don't
calling is
need
not hard.
group chat or phone calls. You know, like
Call Bloodline group chat. Yeah. He's like, oh, where's my solo phone? Let me get my.
damn, this
Yeah,
third
each
guy
week he
is
comes
just
out with
getting
another
fucking
phone.
mangled.
Yo.
I feel.
Sorry, Vince is calling. Let me get my Vince phone. My wife's calling. I need my wife's phone. I only know how to program one number into these fucking things. For a guy that had one of the first flip phones of all, first ever cell phones of all time, you'd think the guy would know how to use a modern one. You know, he was known for having a fucking one of the first phones ever.
The Rock returns on Friday.
Apparently, he's gonna be on the next 3 weeks, back to back to back.
I love just him talking into these two fake phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, both phones at the same time.
It's so good.
Love it.
Goodness.
Well, there
Fantastic.
you
Fantastic.
That happened.
go. Unfortunately.
Well, there it was, everyone. What'd y'all think of Raw?
I don't think there's a segment that I think you have to run out and go see.
No.
I did
now
enjoy
hang
the
on
Street
a
Fight.
second.
Street
No,
Fight
wait,
was
the
good.
R-Truth backstage stuff.
Yeah.
That was
R-Truth
fun, but
backstage.
I don't think it
R-Truth
was
is
like
a national treasure.
game rank.
Right. I agree.
No, I'll give you that. No. Yeah. No. I'm gonna agree with you.
No. Yeah.
I was gonna say the Chelsea Green, but it was quick.
I would actually wait. I will say one thing
Raw
positive. about the show.
6.5.
I will say one thing positive. I think it's interesting how they're building that there's multiple people interested in the IC title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think that IC title buildup is decent, and the fact that they were starting to build more towards oh shit, the New Day storyline with Imperium.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
New Day Imperium is exciting. That has me at least enough to like, how does this pay out? That
Right.
story at least has me a little enthralled.
Yeah.
And now that more people are throwing in their name in the hat for the IC title, has me excited.
Really appreciate whether it's Triple H, I believe it's Triple H, or whoever has been doing the long-term booking of things lately. It's been really great. I mean, we all saw Triple H got the award of Booker of the Year. I think it's rightfully so. The stories have been pretty good. I know we've had conversation about this in the past because I think AEW stories are definitely more. I think there's more going on. I just feel like they just haven't paid off, and that's because of injuries. There's nobody's fault there, you know. But I really,
as a huge Adam Cole fan, him being the devil and still trying is I commend him. But with zero MJF, the Adam Cole kingdom is falling flat.
Yep.
Right.
And it's like I said, it's nobody's fault. Everybody needs to rest. I think once people come back, it's going to be a completely different story.
Right.
That being said, God, wrestling's so good right now. I've just been really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Weekly wrestling, for me at least, weekly wrestling has been tough.
Yeah.
Because unless you're really into this bloodline thing, you have to really seek out or force yourself to get into a storyline more than it seems they're into.
Right.
Like there's secondary storylines going on in Raw, but they're not treated with the same respect as anything else. Like it's
I don't know, man.
If you're Judgment Day or Bloodline, everything else still seems very secondary.
Then maybe I just enjoy the mainstream stuff a little bit too much. But I think I've been enjoying the stories. I can't really say I've been upset at anything. That's been the change for me. It's like it went from being so much that I was just like, oh God, it's so hard to get through an episode of Raw. Now I'm just like, oh wow, Raw's over.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Yeah,
and just overall,
I hope this DIY Judgment Day, R-Truth now going with them leads to a DIY tag team championship.
Yeah. Same. I really want DIY to get their titles on the main run. Like,
I just
they
feel like
need to make Ciampa again. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes, he needs to stop being a copy of
He
Gargano.
needs to be Ciampa. Let him be the dark, more serious.
I will say this:
the way that they're leading into it.
I think they'll be friends. They'll win the tag team titles. They will build you up that they are these cohesive, wear the same gear, best buddies.
Yep.
But when they rehash that flip on the main roster,
so good.
That's when we get Ciampa. Because most of your WWE audience they don't know Ciampa yet.
Right.
So they're building Ciampa to be this great baby face. So when they do the same storyline again, it is a little new, and the old fans appreciate the change, and the new fans have fallen in love with this guy for being such a great baby face.
Right.
So it's something for a newer audience and a callback for the old.
Yeah,
I agree.
Because that was just a great feud. Just a fantastic
I feel like
feud.
right now, I feel like right
Oh,
now,
and
as
yeah,
far
real
as-
quick, Steven Chambers says, and if they and when they flip him, if they call him Blackheart Ciampa, then we're
Right.
like,
Sign
that's like
me
Drew.
up.
That's like Drew McIntyre going back to his old music.
Yep.
Right,
Sign
yeah.
me up.
Hell, I want
feel
him to
like-
come out with no music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just walk
No.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying,
I
like,
like-
the,
I like-
the
No, I feel
equivalent
you.
of Drew McIntyre going
Yeah.
backward. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
right
we ended
now,
with 22 likes.
I feel with
Pretty
WWE
crazy.
right now, the big thing is like
Oh, Ralph is lagging.
Ralph is trying, man. It's a struggle.
Struggle
We're on the bus.
City. He got hit by the bus, not me.
I think he froze. I think Ralph. Oh,
No.
you're back, Ralph. We
We're
see
back.
you.
We're good.
Repeat what you said.
Uh,
We didn't hear you.
I think right now we're probably on the weakest road to WrestleMania we've been on in a long time, because here we are a little over a month away from WrestleMania and we still don't really know what the majority of the 2 nights of cards are going to be. So I think
We know the main events, but not the undercards.
but
Right.
we don't know the rest of the card. So I feel like
Yeah.
we're on a very sort of weak road to WrestleMania at this point. I feel like they're going to have to do a lot of catching up to put
Yes.
these
Yeah.
cards in place really quickly.
Mhm.
And I think that's the big problem with WWE right now.
I will say this: I agree, but also disagree. So
Thank you.
I think the people, I think for most smart fans and work rate fans are not excited for most of the main events that have been announced already for the thing because Cody Roman's going to be fine. Drew Seth's going to be fine, even though they fumbled the storytelling a little bit for us because they flip flopped it a lot. The tag team matches, if they do a tag team thing, it's going to suck. And I think the women's matches are fine, even though Becky, I still don't think should be in there. It should be Bianca. But
Right.
but if the
Disagree.
build up didn't get you, it's not gonna get you, and that's where we're banking on the undercard to come through to give us some things we are pumped about. Like, what are we doing with Gunther? What are we doing with this title? What are we doing with that?
Yeah.
title?
Right.
And I
right.
think,
I just
but to
I
add
feel
to
like
that,
things are going to feel rushed.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
thrown
think
together at the
your
last minute.
mainstream fans and the crazy diehards, they see what they're got so far and they're stoked.
like
Right.
I think to what ABJ was saying, the smarks, like I think
The
all the people
smarts.
who've been, all the people who've just been, oh, I know what's going to happen, or the ones that are just complaining about wrestling, or like, oh, it's going to be rushed, it's going to be rushed. I think if you actually been paying attention from the standpoint of like long-term storytelling, you're actually getting a lot of things that are threading. So we don't know where it's going to land, but now I'm more intrigued to actually be paying attention because I want to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
However, to the mainstream fans, they really only care about, oh, did you hear about The Rock? The Rock's going to be at WrestleMania. And, or, like the people who know who Cody Rhodes are, but like, there's the two different complete sides.
You
of
have the
coin.
people who are waiting for the story to finish, and then you have
Right.
who said the story should have finished last year.
Yeah, like or you have the
Right.
people who, God, I hate to be this guy, but like, why are we getting Roman Reigns this long of a thing if we're not going to break Hogan's record? That's been my thing since day one. I feel like if there's any record to be broken at this point,
I don't think the
Is-
Hogan record was ever in question.
I never
think it was
was.
whenever The Rock was willing to walk through the door.
Right. Right.
I feel like with all of the heat of Hogan since the whole thing that happened with him.
I would agree if they didn't just sell a whole new line of merch for him.
Yeah,
True.
The
Right.
40-year
True.
anniversary
Facts,
thing was
facts, yeah.
a little bit
Right.
suspect.
If
But
you're
I
trying to
still-
erase the guy's legacy and Roman's the guy to now beat him, I think the last 4 weeks, every time they were in Tampa, they pushed Hogan merch. I don't
Right.
think the Hogan record's on the line anymore.
Right. Right.
But regardless, my thought was initially, why not beat Hogan's record and have somebody new be in the top?
Yeah, because
Because,
once again, I don't
when's
think
this ever
I don't
gonna happen
think it came
again?
down to the Hogan thing. I think it came down to whenever The Rock was willing to make an appearance.
Of course.
And then I think The Rock showed up with and had a little bit of an ego and says, "No Punk, no this. I can save Mania." And the fans
Right,
go,
right.
"Sure, you can save it, but not to spite
Nobody
Cody."
needed it to be saved.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
Not
you
that.
didn't need to ruin Cody's story to tell your
Right.
story. And I
Yep.
think it makes it apparent that The Rock kind of played this game last year because he was like, I'm here, I'm there. The only way this happens is Mania in LA. And then he never even walks through the door.
Yep.
Cody loses. And then we're like, so we didn't get Rock. And then they give us Cody and build it up and then don't give it to us again.
Right.
And then build Cody for a whole year. And then all these weird outside things are going with the Vince story, and then this guy, and this, and then The Rock's now the CEO, and now he gets to wrestle Rome. Like, the smart Mark fans are kind of like, this doesn't seem like it was supposed to be a thing, and it seems rushed, and it seems that you're trying to do a PR stunt, but then Cody is your technical guy that we've been watching for a year that should be doing this. Like, I think that's where the waters get real muddy for the Smarks.
I had a thought, it just escaped me, so I'm waiting for it to come back. Medication.
And then it's like, well, then we want to build Cody and The Rock, but that real feud that we still want is Punk. Like, should be Punk Rock.
So here's a thought that, like, we had a discussion, me and my partner, and there was a thought of, was it always never the plan to give Cody the belt right away? I'm talking like maybe he doesn't even get it this Mania, which sucks even more. But there needs to be like, God, I don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, there always needs to be some type of like thing that people are talking about. If Cody wins the belt, and to Triple H's point, because he answered this question in the original thing,
a year ago,
the story ends. What do you do now? I disagree that the story ends if he wins the belt, because you can still tell stories. That being said, most people, when they get the belt, whether the booking's good or bad, it could just be like, oh, I'm bored of their run. So then now you have your top guy who's been your top guy without a belt, just on the run, and then the whole story is getting the belt. When he gets the belt, the story's over. What do you do now? I kind of don't want Cody to get the belt. I want the fight to always be there, but I don't want it to just be another fucking, I don't know. It's tough. It's so tough. How do you walk that line and figure out the answer?
What eventually is going to happen is when Cody gets that belt, Cody's going to turn into everything we didn't like about Cena and everything we didn't like about Hulk Hogan. Like, he's going to become that babyface. And I think a lot of Smarks are like, dude, the story you told us leads to this, and we know it's coming, and we know it's coming, and it's like you're not. It's. I hate to bring politics into it, and I'm sorry if I'm making this sound decisive, but it's like, you don't want Trump anymore, and we sick of Biden, but it's better than fucking Trump for another 4 years.
Right.
So I'll take shitty Biden and Cody as the champ, to just so we at least have a champ. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
right. So on your side about it. I always love playing like devil's advocate. What are the thoughts?
Biden. I'm like, we don't want either one of them. We would want
suck.
Because we know we get any other options.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just it was a take, and I liked the thought process behind it, because what do you do once he's done? Where like that, I think that's a good episode. We could do like a booking of of
the only thing that excites me really for Cody is, as someone who really likes that big heel moment and that big heel, you need to make a big heel, you need a good baby face, and it's hard to grow good heels when everyone's a good the heel of the company, because it's cool to be the heel. So Cody's gonna bring out an era of that old school good guy versus bad guy, heel versus baby face wrestling, and it's gonna suck that the bad guy's gonna beat Cody down to a bloody pulp, and then Cody hulks up and wins the title again.
No, but I'm okay with that.
That aspect's going to piss me off to my core.
Oh, God.
But it's going to create a lot of good characters, because you need to, because Cody's going to draw that. So the difference between Hogan to Cena is Hogan sucked at building a story. And Hogan always had to break glass in case of emergency, and had his honky tonk mans, and he had all these really shitty heels that never were to give Hogan a thing, but they were okay with losing to Hogan. So Hogan never had that big name that was willing to lay down for him. Cody is a likable guy, and he's good on the mic, and he's good at telling a story like Cena was. But I think he'll navigate the story better because he's Dusty's kid, and he's not John Cena, and he's not Hulk Hogan.
Right. But I think
John Cena never had that, like, oh shit, the fans hate me, what can I do to pull them back? He's like, I always have the younger crowd, and I always have the younger crowd's mom. Cody will always have the smart marks, because he'll be like, this is how my dad fought. You know, when my dad was against Piper, you always rooted for my dad. And Cody always has that glass, and he can always use it to spark and get not the full hate against him.
I just hope that at some point in his run, we don't only have him as the top babyface forever. I do like heel Cody. I think heel Cody has some value there, and I don't think it needs to be right
Cody
away.
In WWE is almost never gonna happen.
I disagree.
See,
I disagree. I don't think it's gonna happen right away, but I think it's gonna happen.
I think WWE and Cody see themselves as that Make-A-Wish John Cena, and I think once he gets a title, he's gonna turn that baby face to 13. And I think he's gonna as long as he's making money and he's
as long as the fans don't turn on him, it could be a rock situation where the fans turn and that's it.
With the fans,
that's what I'm saying, Ralph.
They're very
I think there
good
would be like a double turn by accident sometime down the line.
But the WWE platform, even when Roman was getting booed out of every stadium because they were sick of him being a babyface, they still sold. They sold it, and they sold him as the most loved guy in the company.
Yep.
AEW, they would listen to the crowd and they would hear the crowd and they're like, "Yo, you got to change." And I don't think Cody's going to get that nudge in the arm, like, "Hey, you have to change while you're in WWE."
Right.
Well, I mean, unless
I think WWE's going to be like, don't have to change. Who cares what those fans are booing? They're not the ones buying fucking your merch by the boatload.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm happy to be wrong. I really think
the smart fans don't dump the money into WWE that the fans that listen to what they're being told to do.
Right.
You said doo-doo.
Like the guys who are buying the LA Knight t-shirts are outweighing the ones who are like, all this guy is a catchphrase.
I mean, I just wish it wasn't just that was
that
the catchphrase.
Yeah.
I think
LA
some very talented
t-shirts. I think he's good. But I'm not sold on just the promo. Like, and just like I look at LA Knight and I think this guy is really, really talented and really, really good. Right. But I just know he's not what the WWE wants as their main guy right now. So it's hard for me to put my stock into him.
He's better off as a big fish in a small pond instead of a small fish in a big pond because he's not going to get anywhere.
Yep. Right. Yep. Totally agree. Yeah.
Righto.
They're trying to give him the like. I hate to say this, and I'm not trying to say this to sound negative or rude, but like Rich Swann was a big deal in TNA, and a world champion in TNA. Right. He's not a world champion in WWE. Josh Alexander, very good, but he would never be considered a world champion in WWE.
Right?
Yeah, you're not wrong. Not
Moose
completely.
Is a muscle-bound freak of nature.
Yep.
I don't even think WWE would make him a world champion.
I mean, they haven't done it with Well, did they do it with Bobby? No.
I mean,
reluctantly. Every time Bobby has been the champ, it seems like who's the next guy to take him off it before.
Right. He's just a transitional.
It's always been transition.
Yeah. So that's where I think like in LA Knight, I look at him and I go, sure, he was a big deal somewhere. He's not like AJ Styles is one of the greatest in the world. He had his run as a world top guy, and then he quickly fell to the back of the line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, he had a great introduction.
Sure.
Great run. And he did have a good title run. So
yeah.
Can't knock that.
I just don't. When I look at the WWE system, I think to myself like, it's hard for me to get into an LA Knight, even though he was a big deal somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah. All right, guys.
This has been fun.
That was a lot of fun. Sorry, guys, for the delayed start, but please head over to that Tantalizing Tony stream. Hit thumbs up on it, like it. Tell him he sucks.
Tantalizing Tony.
Yeah. Thank you guys for being patient for the late start. We will be in the Discord and we will hang out. I promise I will stay awake later tonight, even though I probably shouldn't, because I might have to wake up for a plumber tomorrow. So it's a whole thing here. Yeah. So head over to the Discord hangout. Start with you, Parm. I know you guys are pretty much going to plug the same thing, but I'll go down and give everybody a platform to put over something else besides the Opinion City podcast as well if they want to. But go ahead, you start off, Parm.
I mean, I was just gonna say, Ralph. I was just gonna see what else you had to say about it.
Oh, so we have a show on Sunday, but we don't know who the guest is yet.
Or not yet.
We're not sure. We don't. Right. We're gonna announce our guest on Wednesday because it's gonna be one of two people, but we're not sure who yet. So check out our socials on Wednesday because we'll be announcing who our guest is for this weekend.
Is it live?
Sure.
I didn't know if you don't know because you don't know which one you're going to air, or you're waiting for.
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So we'll know for sure. We'll know for sure on Wednesday who's going to be our guest. So check out our socials on Wednesday, and we'll know for sure who's going to be the guest. I feel like we're going to be in this rotating carousel for a little while here, trying to, because we have guests booked, and then they have to reschedule, and then we're not sure what's going. But listen, we'll have somebody to talk to on
Stuff
Sunday,
and things.
I guarantee.
Stuff and
I-
things.
Yes,
Can
stuff
I
and
make a
things.
suggestion for your channel?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I only say this because I feel like you're following the same trap I did. I didn't want to be my content is live and live interviews and live.
Mhm.
But when you go live, you get more traction, you get more
Right.
subscribers, you get more views, you get more
Yes.
engagement because the live is the way to go.
Right.
Right.
You have to. It's tough sometimes to navigate with an audience that way too. Is being like when we're live doing a podcast. We're not going to read your comments.
Right.
So I'm not
Right.
saying maybe make the podcast live, but like how I do in Hangout, and I would be willing to do this too to bring my audience over and help give you that bump to start you off. But if you pick like a day during the week, how we kind of talked about doing something very soon. I think what we talked about that should happen soon as a team, as a Ben Frank thing, I think should be exclusive to your channel. Like I would,
Right.
I would
Right.
not put that on my channel.
Right.
Only because I want to give you guys something to make people look forward to of you guys going live and getting your
Right.
watch hours up and getting
Right.
your
Yeah,
your
and we-
Or even as a Ben Frank connection thing, split the watch alongs. Maybe you take 2 and you guys take 2.
yeah,
This
I'm
way the
down.
watch-alongs
I'm
can-
literally 200 hours away, and when I stop doing the watch alongs, like if that wants to be a thing
Flip
where
it, yeah.
you guys take Raw and SmackDowns, and I'll take AEW, and then like
Gotcha.
2 days a week you get those, and then I have my podcast live because I'm going live with my podcast and my other content soon. Where if,
Right.
and I'm
Would
willing to
actually
do
work out
that
if you just did AEW
because even if I did like
Dynamite and Collision.
yeah, Dynamite Collision, and you do the WWE brand, I do the AEW brand, and we switch or flop that. But but if we do it as a thing where it's Ben Frank Connection, it goes live on both of our channels. Not trying to be mean, but most of
Right.
the people that are going to be there live are going to be on my side, and I
Right.
want to
Right.
push them to your side and give you guys watch hours. And when you
Gotcha.
see 7 people live, then you guys can generate new people. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Mhm.
Right.
So like
Right,
that would
right.
be the only thing I would say is like we need to figure out a way to get you guys more, have you guys have a live show.
Well,
Well, we are
90%
live
of
on
the time.
Sundays.
Yeah. 90% of the
it's
time,
just-
our show is live. But every once in a while, we do have to record.
Yeah.
Yeah, every once
Ahead
in a
of
while
time
because
and
we
get
have
one on, but
guests that
90%
Yeah.
of our show is live.
Yeah,
Sundays is
but
live.
interviewing just random like independent people that I've been doing for 7 years, it's hard to grow that way. So like
Right.
adding that mainstream element and making it live, I think will really help
Yeah.
you guys get that subscriber count up and get your watch
Yeah.
hours up. And
It's
then
all
we can
to
get you
get
guys
both.
monetized. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly, because if you guys do the more live thing, you get the monetization hours, and then you guys can actually start
Mhm.
building. So
Right.
I'm gonna be honest, this hangout is a complete thing to help me get the watch hours up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
and now that
Right.
people find like kind of like me more, new faces, new people who stumbled across, they're like, "Yo, this dude's a good dude. I like him enough that I want to go listen to him interview somebody that I
Mhm.
don't normally know who he is." You know what I
Right,
mean?
sure,
Like, and
sure.
that's where I shine. But I have
Also,
to do
another-
something.
good idea that could be a thing. It depends on how your content's played out. Making a 24-hour loop of content so that it's just always live playing a thing. So if anybody goes to your channel, they see, oh, they're live. They can go there and just watch something. So you just
Oh,
need
yeah,
a
yeah.
virtual machine online.
Right.
Like you get like a virtual computer set up, put all
Interesting.
your
Mhm.
all your podcasts on there, and then
Right.
have
So, like,
that
we're-
pull through like OBS.
Yeah. So say if like Sundays or Saturdays are tornado tag, and we only cover history and old show reviews. But if you want like a weekly recap of all things mainstream media, we head over to the Opinion City podcast, and it's a ABJ Opinion City or Tornado Tag ABJ or ABJ podcast team, Opinion City team show, but it's exclusive to the Opinion City side.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There's tons of ideas. We could talk about this in multiple.
But I
chats.
like the crowd to hear it too, because it's like, well, yeah, I would like something like that. Or if you
Right,
tried, you know what I
right.
mean? Sometimes
True,
people give good
true, true,
feedback.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Anybody in the
Um,
chat have any ideas? Who's still here?
But what else you want to? What do you guys want to plug?
Still
The
sick
interview,
people.
and then
Yeah. What else we got going on? Hang on, where are we at here? What's today? So
Today
we're
is
we're
Monday,
in
the
February. Yeah.
26th.
So Friday night, we have a Wrestling with Life episode that is premiering on our YouTube channel,
Mhm.
and I'll know what that is in 1 second because I forget what I just see the number. All right. So we are talking this week to Laura from the Lucha Cookies, also known
Yes.
as Mrs. Crummels.
Got to see her
Yes,
this weekend.
yes.
That was nice.
Yeah, that was really cool. So we'll have a conversation with her that'll premiere on our YouTube channel Friday night at 8:00. So check that out, and just keep checking out our socials. And this Sunday show is going to be really important because we're also announcing who our big guest is for episode 50.
Episode 50.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have a very special guest for episode 50, and we'll be announcing who that is during the episode this Sunday.
Super excited.
We've been giving some hints on our socials as to who it could possibly be. So,
Dude, you know who the guest name that Pokemon graphic looks like?
Who?
Matt Mikowski.
Oh,
Like
yeah?
the more I look at it, I'm like, that looks like Matt Mikowski.
Yeah, don't ruin the surprise. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not. But it looks- I like-
it
It could easily be passed as Matt Mikowski.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
there
might
you
be
go.
Matt Mikowski. It
That
might
was
be.
the idea. That was
Yeah.
the idea. You know.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Figure it out.
yeah, that's what we got going on.
Yeah. Adam.
Oh, I'm not on social media. You don't know.
Adam, do you-
I'm here to talk to you guys and watch
Well,
wrestling.
do you have anything
oh,
that you're passionate about, or maybe a movie you watch, or something you could put over or plug, or a wrestling
Talk
company?
about your
Anything?
beard.
I really,
What about your beard?
you know, so beard products. We really like the beard products. Nice, good. I use a beard jelly, not a beard oil.
Jelly.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is
Um,
it like petroleum based?
So I'll just say I'll give the plug to the company
I'm
that I have
serious.
no affiliation to, but like
Sure.
I really like their product. Bossman Brands,
Okay.
Bossman. No wrestling affiliation, just
Right.
coincidental.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, the good product. Ran into the owner at South by Southwest 2015.
Nice.
Hey.
Does good work. But yeah, other than that, I'm just happy to be a part of this. ABJ, I know you and I have to talk about things at some point, like pop culture stuff or whatever. I'm down to talk more about.
I mean,
Anything.
just to plug this real quick. I mean, I know ABJ, you have a album review coming up, and I know Adam is a huge fan of said band.
What album review? What
It's
band?
so I the only reason I didn't pick a guest for it is because I want to find myself as a show. But if you're a big fan, I will definitely have you on. I'm recording it live Tuesday the 5th at it could be anywhere between 7, 8, or 9 o'clock at night.
Okay, we can talk. But what's the band?
I'm doing Blink-182 One More Time album review.
Oh wow, yeah,
See?
that's
there
like
you go.
so-
that's right up his alley. That's right up his.
So now I'm gonna push a button. My desk is gonna rise, and I'm gonna stand because that right there. If you see that,
It's a Guitar Hero guitar.
no,
Rising
no.
very slowly.
no,
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 it's better than that.
He
no.
said no.
It's
It's the
better
blue
than that.
bass.
It's the
It's the
Tom
blue
DeLonge.
bass.
Oh, it's a Tom DeLonge. It's a Tom
No,
DeLonge.
no, this
No,
is
it's the
Mark
Mark Blue
Hoppus's.
bass.
This is
Oh.
Mark's.
Tom's is a pink guitar.
No, well, so the story goes is I was going
Here
to
we
buy
go.
the pink guitar, but in high school, as we do, we have parents who like try to turn us the right way.
Wow.
They wouldn't allow me to get the pink guitar,
Oh boy.
so they talked me into the blue one, which the blue one is very pretty. It's a very good guitar.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I bought the blue one, and this is the Mark Hoppus signature. It says his name on the back.
My buddy
Not that
bought
you can
one
see.
off somebody selling on Amazon Marketplace who was just selling a blue bass and didn't know it was the Mart Hoppus signature.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So this
Wow.
guitar, believe it or not, you can put it up online for lots of money.
Yes.
I play it. I've played it in punk bands when I was younger, but
And
yeah,
that's
this-
exactly what Mark would want you to do.
I'm
There you
going
go.
to see them. I'm going
Right.
to see them in July. That was my
Where?
Christmas gift. So
I plan to buy tickets so I can go to that at some point.
good. I
What?
would get 'em.
Where in July?
I'll find him.
26th, I believe it's at Wells Fargo.
If I can find a job by then or find an income because I still have to save up somehow that I don't know how I'm going to do for London.
Yeah,
I,
no,
I
that's
will
not
definitely
happening for me.
like to join you guys for I haven't seen Blink since they've been back together.
Same.
Last time I seen them was in 2005.
We We saw
Punk
them
Pop
in
Disaster
2011,
Tour, Blink
or-
182.
No,
and
I
Green
saw.
Day.
I was about to say I saw them when they got back together the first time.
Yeah, we saw them together.
which
yeah.
was a little rough. But
I saw Green Day and Blink 182 as well.
There
in
you go.
2005.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
At Hershey.
Yes, at Hershey Park. Yep.
I saw
There
them
you
at
go.
Yep.
PNC
I was-
that year.
I was supposed to go see a few years.
Wasn't that
after
2001?
Huh?
Wasn't Blink Green Day 2001?
No, 2005. It was the year I graduated. Punk Pop Disaster Tour, sponsored by MTV.
Yes. I remember the MTV stuff.
Yep,
I
because they
don't
filmed a
know.
documentary about it. And actually, Green Day and Blink now hate each other because of that tour.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I think they've gotten through it now, but that tour, they fucking hated each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a challenge every night. It was a co-headlining, and Green Day made it a point to be better than them every night.
Yes.
I'll tell you what right now. I went to that
And they are.
concert a giant Blink 182 fan and left there a bigger Green Day fan. Green
Wow.
Day, they
I
pulled
was-
the fucking house.
I was third row back for Green Day, and by the time Green Day was done, we were so fucking spent. We went and sat in seats up in the because it was the outdoor stadium. We went and sat up on seats on the side for Blink 182 because
Right.
we were fucking wiped by the end
My
of Green
dad
Day.
said, he goes, I've never seen two bands that should be headliners do a show like that where they both go out and do a headlining act back. He goes,
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
my dad
Yeah.
left there a huge Green Day fan too. Like,
Such
he
Well,
was-
Green Day
great
is one of the
show.
best live performing
Oh,
bands.
yeah.
And I've seen Green Day.
So good.
I've seen Green Day do a triple show with Hell Omega Tour with Fallout Boy, Weezer, and them, and all three of them brought it. But Billy on stage is the one of the best frontmen ever. If you ever watched the one where he melts down at the fucking Virgin Music Awards or whatever it was,
Mm.
where like they were the only rock band and it was like Justin Bieber and all these pop stars, and he goes out and has a meltdown where he's like, I only have 3 fucking minutes, and he snaps and they're breaking everything. He actually goes to rehab immediately after. But he works so hard to get these kids who have no idea who Green Day is to be into the show. He
Mm-hmm.
gets into the crowd, like he's working his ass off as a front man, and then he
Mm.
finally gets them, and they say, "You
Always
have 2
has.
minutes." Yeah,
Always
and they're
has.
like, "You have 2 minutes to get off the stage," and he's like, he's just frustrated. He's so pissed,
Yep.
but he's such a good front man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree. But yeah, Blink has
And I
been
was-
like one of my favorite bands since middle school. I don't know, like
And then I was posted to go see Blink 182 at Hershey Park again, and it was a 2-show deal. They did one in Yankee Stadium, and then the next one was supposed to be Hershey Park, and the show was on a Friday or Saturday, and the Tuesday or Thursday before that happens, Chester kills himself. It was Blink 182 and Lincoln
Oh,
Park.
shit. Right.
Yep.
Right.
It was a 2-show deal. It was called Blinkin' Park, and they
Yep.
did one in New York, and they did one in Hershey Park.
Yep.
And unfortunately, the week of the Blink 182 Lincoln Park show, which at the time were my 2 favorite bands, Chester unfortunately takes his life.
Mhm.
well, let's see. You said Tuesday. I gotta see what my life is like, but
My life.
Mm.
because work
Tuesday
has
the
been. We are in busy season,
Yeah.
and my body is starting to fail me. Well, oh shit, that's Tuesday the 5th. You said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working till 11.
At night.
Yeah, I work night shift, 2 to 11.
Got you. What days are you off?
Not many.
Well,
so
I'll tell you what. I'll do the album review,
Monday.
but I will
Monday, I'm out
circle-
at 8.
Uh,
So I don't know.
yeah,
Then, but
Monday I do the raw stuff. So that
Yeah,
actually-
true.
I
so
will
I'm
do
working
the
2
one
to
more
11
time.
all next week. But
Yeah. I'll
We
do
can
the
figure
one more
something out.
time review solo just so I could find the
Yeah.
show. But I will circle back and do a different Blink album or just a Blink as a band review with you.
whichever. It doesn't even have to be Blink. I'm down to do other things. Like I don't know what music you're into. We can talk about that on another time. I know we're trying to
Yeah.
wrap this up.
Well, that
But-
was the thing too at the show. I booked some guests for the interview, but I also a lot of guests who have been on the podcast heard about the new pop culture thing,
Mm.
and I have a lot of people coming back who want to not just do movies but do like entire movie franchises with me.
Nice.
Oh, I'm
And one of them being
Game.
Sonny DeFarge, which I'm really pumped about.
I'm down for stuff like that. So yeah, let me know. Let's talk.
Do you want a teaser of what Sonny DeFarge wants to do?
Yeah, let's hear.
Let's
I'll
go.
be back.
Oh, geez.
Bro, okay, can I
Hell
if,
yeah.
if there's one that I could be a part of? Let me
Let
know. Let me know
Yeah,
because
listen.
that's
Because yeah,
it's one of my favorite franchises, good and bad.
Yes.
Let me know when somebody does twins, because I'll jump on that one.
Twins.
You could be the twins episode. You don't have to jump on. It could
You
just
have
be
to you have if you're gonna do a Terminator episode, you have to use a God, what is the band? Austrian Death Machine
Yes.
for music for
so
your intro.
good. Yeah.
Also,
I don't even know if you know who that is, but
also
if you don't, look them
another
up.
wrestler who was very pivotal over the weekend wants to do Once Upon a Little Trouble Big China.
Oh,
okay.
Wow. Okay.
I've still never seen that movie.
Yeah.
So
that's another movie that's been added to the list.
I have to watch that. It's been on my list.
All right. I'll talk to you guys. Actually, anything else we got here?
No, I think that's
All
it.
Good.
We'll be back tomorrow night for a game stream. While NXT might be going on while I do it, it may or may not be. Who knows? I'll probably be around the same time, but I'll be playing a video game. Not really sure which one yet. Maybe maybe I do Pokemon tomorrow if people are down for Pokemon. If not, maybe it's a brand new game that I downloaded that I have to start working on.
Hey.
I just picked up Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Nice.
So I have not started yet. So maybe that's another game stream we start doing. I don't want to throw too many games at once and then people forget the storylines for stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But that might be Pokemon might be something that's gonna be a little longer because I think it's gonna require more gameplay. Call of Duty will be something we play just to fuck around and shoot guns and talk and bullshit and interact with the people over the microphones. But then maybe Assassin's Creed's like that game where the story changes more frequently.
Right.
But that's all I got. Make sure you go check out the content dropping actually tonight at midnight within a half hour. Interview with
24
Frightmare.
minutes.
Go check that one out. Really, really cool. Forget the number you see here. I forgot to update it once again, but dropping Thursday, and which will be our very last pre-recorded episode for a very long time. Cheeseburger, and in conjunction with the Worldwide Dojo and Labor of Love. So go check that out. Drops on Thursday. Out right now, 5 questions with ABJ with the No Limits and the U.S. Championship PPW Rembrandt. So go check that one out. And then on Monday, we have Officer Ronnie Moses. And then the following Monday, Malcolm Murray. And then we got 9 new ones all dropping after that, which is exciting. And I actually changed up the way this thumbnail is going to look and everything like that. So pretty pumped for it. So we'll see you guys on tomorrow for the game stream. That's going to do it for Hangout with ABJ. We'll see you on the next one, ya jabronis.
Thanks for watching this presentation. Like, share, and subscribe for more.